So hello everybody, and welcome to Trilby's Notes. This is the third game in the series we're at. Like I was just saying, 5 Days of Stranger is the first one. Let me just get some music here. There we go. Second game is 7 Days of Skeptic. We're here. Fourth one is 6 Days of Sacrifice. And as I was also saying, a lot of people skipped this one by mistake because it has a different name, which I can see why. But this one's a bit different because it's kind of like, it's a text adventure game where you, like, type in commands. Now, let me just get set up here. Alright, we're all good. If I sound a bit different, it's because I got a new microphone set up today. This is our first time with it. Seems to sound good. Let me know if I should make any adjustments. But anyway, okay, I confirmed it's actually recording this time, so let's hit new game. The following documents are the handwritten notes of Trilby, an STP field operative whose real name remains classified. Ooh. Game over. Here it is. That was what I thought as I stood and watched Defoe Manor collapse into flaming ash. Let me turn it up, the game, I mean. The ordeal was over. Those 5 days cost us all so much. Philip and AJ paid with their lives. They were the fortunate ones. Jim Fowler was expelled from school for truancy. A bright future in tatters. Simone Taylor took to the bottle. Her broadcast became slurred, her eyes hollow and unwelcoming. She soon vanished from the television screens. As for me, tried to return to life as a cat burglar, but I had been forever tainted by my time spent in that wretched house. The memories of my possession came back in my nightmares. Every night, I was there again, in the mansion, staring out through unfamiliar eyes as Philip died at my hands. I became convinced that John Defoe was not at rest, that someday he'd return for me. I became so terrified of invisible enemies, I forgot about the tangible ones. Trilby caught, infamous thief captured in police sting. 2 slow, miserable years after Defoe Manor, a barrage of truncheon blows taught me a harsh lesson in reality, and I woke up to the kind of filthy cell I assumed would be my new home. But then he came, the man from the government, with his nervous smile, offering me an alternative. The STP, the Special Talent Project. It hadn't been that much earlier that I would have sooner died than entered on obligation with anyone, least of all the government. Had Defoe Manor changed me so much? Whatever my reasons, I left my past behind, and resolved to give my new superiors nothing to complain about. I spent a year and a half completing assignments, developing contacts, building a reputation. And then, the past caught up. Oh boy. In the summer of '97, I became concerned about Simone Taylor's mental well-being. The papers were reporting her continual breakdown. She had become a virtual recluse. I had no idea of my appearance would assist or hinder. I had, after all, deliberately allowed her to think me dead. Presumably she knew differently now, after the media coverage of my arrest, but I would expect her to be bitter about my subterfuge. On balance, I decided that a meeting with an old friend would most likely be beneficial. I came to her apartment, building on a warm, stormy night, and braced myself for the encounter. Use the cursor keys to move, tap once to start moving. Oops. I believe that said the question mark is, means there's stuff you can do on the screen, right? I held down the button for a second and it skipped it. The arrow key, I mean. Okay. So how this works is I just start typing and I tell Trilby what to do. Hello. I didn't understand the word hello. Yep, it's a text adventure game. Look at window. A summer storm was raging outside. Light rain pattered against the glass. The gentle noise punctuated my rumbles of coarse thunder. Okay. Look at door. There were 2 entrances to 2 apartments. Simone's was the one on the right. Open right door. Couldn't pick that open. Alright. Open door. Basic security measures ensured that that was impossible. Knock on door. I knocked sharply upon Simone's door. F3 to recall your last command. What did I do next? Knock on door. Receiving no reply, I knocked again, louder. Okay, that's a cool way to teach you about that. Alright, it's just meaty rain sounds right now. You can hear the audible cut when it loops. This game is from 2006. I never really grew up playing much of these, but I always wanted to try this kind of gameplay. Knock again? Still no response. The doorman had assured me Simone was in. I decided it was time to enter by my own methods. Press tab or type inventory to view your inventory. Press tab again to close it. Okay. I had with me lockpicks. Alright. Unlock door. I've got one of those keyboards that might be a bit loud, but a lot of people like the keyboard noises, apparently. Kind of weird to do it in a stream when I got the new mic, but whatever. I reasoned that Simone could have been in trouble, and even if she wasn't, then at worst I was only playing to my reputation. I spent a few minutes feverishly picking the lock and let myself in. Look. Oops. Simone's bedroom light refused to turn on. I stood in pitch darkness, the immediate flashes of lightning preventing my eyes from adjusting. Okay, what do I have on me? Lockpicks. Okay. Light. Wasn't sure how to. Now what on earth do I do to open, like... Can move around. Hang on. Wait, maybe those are curtains. Open curtains. I pulled open the blind. Oh, I got it. Oh, is that gonna flash? Uh-oh. Okay, it's not that bad. It's fine. That's definitely a dead body. Look at body. The body on the floor was undoubtedly Simone. I felt for a pulse, and my hands came away stained with long-cooled blood. My fingers traced the outline of a large wound in her torso, slashed by a big weapon, wielded by a big assailant. I called for an ambulance, as futile as it would be, and left before they arrived. Alright. Due to me being a clear murder suspect, I was relieved from duty for a week. It took the Ministry of Occultism to inspect the flat and confirm supernatural activity. My superiors simultaneously apologized and assigned me to investigate if there was a connection to the Defoe Manor incident. Merely reading those 3 words, capitalized on the front of the loose leaf file, brought the nightmares back with more intensity than ever. Sure enough, a field agent reported that looters had discovered and sold several artifacts from the mansion, including the wooden idol that housed John Defoe's soul. To my surprise, no murders had been reported or committed by anyone who had come into contact with the accursed trinket. I did not find this reassuring. I quickly advised James Fowler to go into hiding. He was stunned, but agreed. The boy had sense, and still respected my judgment. This done, I began following the idol's trail. From the pawn shop, it had entered the possession of the Professor, Abe Chahal? An authoritative historian. He had scheduled some kind of antique fair in the Clan Brownwyn Hotel on a small island off the coast of Angelicé, popular with tourists. If I'm saying that right, I'm guessing here. Assuming the role of scholar of antiques, I booked a room. Alright. On the 28th of July, 97, I caught a ferry from that place to this place and arrived at around 3 p.m. in This Place Island's coastal village. It seemed to be a peaceful hamlet, and in defiance of the stereotype, the locals were welcoming and told me no local legends to dissuade me from exploring the island. The Clan Brownwyn Hotel was in the island's center, surrounded by forest. I made my way there on foot. I like that font there. It's so funny. You're Trilby, right? As soon as I arrived, I was greeted by a balding man in a gray anorak? All these fancy words I don't understand today. I wondered if I was expected to know who he was. That depends. Name's Linkman. I'm with the Ministry of Occultism. Oh. Thought the Ministry were clear on the fact that I was handling this on my own. Maybe there are still people who don't trust you, Mr. Trilby. What? I haven't stolen anything since I joined the STP. Your colorful past is not what concerns my superiors. It hasn't gone unnoticed that your history with the Defoe influences you psychologically. I'm sure you resist it, but it could still cause you to act irrationally, disobey orders. Complete silence now. Everyone just feels a little safer with someone else on the ground. I see. You can rest assured that I will endeavor to maintain absolute professionalism on this assignment. Nevertheless, I have my orders. I would suggest we keep out of each other's way, then, and pursue separate investigations. I'm sure I don't want to get mixed up in a reunion. Alright. We're still cutscene. Clan Brownman Hotel lobby was a warm welcome. Building was certainly well maintained, and yet there was something about it that nagged at the back of my mind, quickening my pulse. I dismissed the sensation, an act which in retrospect I would come to regret. Hello. Good evening. Terrence Railby, I have a reservation. Oh, that's his fake name. Ah, yes, you're here for the antique fair. We've put you in room 3C on the 3rd floor. If you'd just like to sign the check-in book. Hello, Bethan. Just letting you know I'll be having dinner in my room today. Just the volume a bit. It's absolutely fine, Professor. This, I decided, was what they called a golden opportunity. Professor Chahal? Yes. Afraid you have me at a disadvantage. Railby. Terrence Railby. We met at Sotheby's a few months ago? Oh, you don't remember me. No, of course I do. Terry Railby, how you been? The astute reader has already guessed that both Terrence Railby in the previous meeting were an utter fiction. I keep thinking the name is Ryby, but because like the B and L blend together, but it is Railby. There we go. I had spent some time studying Chahal's movements and habits. He was, by all accounts, absent-minded, and that was something I could use. I'm well, thanks. I was hoping I'd run into you. Heard interesting things about the items you're showcasing here. You remember, I do freelance scouting for some wealthy collectors. Yes. Well, a client of mine has expressed an interest in relics of Defoe Manor in Buckinghamshire. He's been on my back for a while about it. Between you and me, he seems pretty obsessed. What remained of Professor Chahal's suspicion melted away from his expression as the opportunity to make money entered the conversation. Well, I'm sure I wouldn't want to damage your professional status. Would you like to come up to my room for drinks? Oh, I don't want to impose. No imposition at all. Please follow me. Your room key, Mr. Railby. Ah, thank you. Please lead the way, Professor. A bed? Who's your friend? Oh, let me introduce you. This is my personal assistant. Siobhan? I'm not sure to say that. She accompanies me on most of my excursions. This is Mr. Railby, an old acquaintance. He's looking for information on Defoe Manor artifacts. Oh, really? Him and half the people we meet. What is it about that place? Never underestimate the attraction of a mystery, my dear. Please take a seat, Terry. I'll be right with you. You say it as Siobhan? It's Irish. So interested in ghost stories. The girl struck me as a forceful personality. I gave the matter some thought before replying. Not really. I'm just scouting on behalf of a client, like I told the professor. You know, it's strange to see someone as young as you in the antiques trade. Come to think of it, I thought only old men dressed like that. No offense meant. None taken. Didn't catch your last name. Oh. Siobhan Damali? Couldn't be more Irish if I tried, could it? Sorry to keep you waiting, dear boy. Now then, what shall we talk about? When talking to characters, you must specify a topic of conversation. There are usually several things each character is willing to discuss. For example, try typing talk to a bed about Defoe Manor. Okay. Now, chat, the game is dead silent except for, like, footsteps now. I'm worried that's gonna, like, amplify any background noise and expose any issues with my new settings here. You don't hear anything, do you? Not to mention, you know, in this kind of weather, there's always people speeding by outside. Talk to bed about, Defoe. Wait, did Defoe have A? Oh god, I'm questioning myself. I don't remember if it was DA or DE. Nope. It was E? Okay. I just blanked on that. Talk to a bit about Defoe Manor. So I understand you came into possession of artifacts from Defoe Manor. Yes, indeed. It was astonishing to me that such artifacts existed at all. Whole place burned to the ground. Did you hear about the Defoe Manor incident? I was experiencing a sick feeling that I had not felt for quite some time. The last I had felt was while standing at the gates of another country mansion, not long after Defoe Manor, preparing to break in. Recalling those 5 wretched days churned my stomach with fear, turning what had once been the joy of thievery into an exercise in anxiety. Discussing it brought that feeling back, the act of feigning ignorance, while visions of welding masks and machetes flooded my mind's eye, worsened them. I heard something on the news. It's been on the news again lately since that Taylor woman died. A lot of silly talk about the paranormal has been abound, so the true facts are near unreachable. But the point is, some enterprising fellows picked up 1 or 2 undamaged items from the ruins. Furniture, books, an ugly little tribal figurine. I took them off their hands purely out of curiosity, of course. So, were there any particular items your client's interested in? Ask about books. Let's not be suspicious. I was talking to myself. Alright, you didn't care. Ask about... Oh, no, I have to specify who I'm talking to. That's right. Ask about books. I didn't consider that subject relevant. Ask about... I already forgot how to spell the girl's name, so... I don't even... why can't they just have basic names? Oops, did it again. About idol. Tell me, does a huge man in a welding mask and leather apron mean anything to you? That's not what I asked. Not really, should it? Never mind. It's a small African figurine my client wants me to look into. Resembling a rather ugly tribal god. That old thing? Honestly, despite its age, it's virtually valueless. That's what I said, but my client is very insistent. He's interested in the paranormal, and the idol features some of the more unlikely accounts of the Defoe Manor incident. Well, I don't suppose I should ask questions if this man of yours wants to take it off my hands. I don't have it on me right now. It's being kept in the hotel safe. Perhaps we can work out a deal after the fair. I had intended to display it with the other Defoe artifacts. Inwardly, I just wanted to get this mission completed as fast as possible, but I didn't want to risk suspicion or giving off the wrong impression. That will be fine. So, just out of interest, what else have you picked up at the mansion? From the mansion? Odds and ends, basically. Some silverware, ceramics, most of a burnt rocking chair. And the painting, of course. Painting? A landscape from a wall in the mansion's lounge. Of little artistic value, but the artist features prominently in Defoe Manor's colorful history. I remember that fisherman painting being scary. Matthew Defoe. That's him, yes. Bethan, she runs the hotel. She asked if she could display it in the lobby. Instantly, I recalled the sick feeling I had felt in the lobby. I had seen the painting, but had paid it little heed. Oh. Are you alright, Mr. Railby? You've gone rather pale. What? I'm sorry, I was just distracted by my thoughts for a moment. Lost in history, eh? Something like that. Oh. What the hell was that? What the hell was what? You were just sitting there and you went all stiff like you'd seen a ghost. You didn't see it. See what, Mr. Railby? I'm sorry, I have to go. Something's wrong. Oh well, we won't keep you then. We'll see you later, maybe. Okay. Oh. My head was spinning and a sudden nausea churned my gut. The world seemed to be pulsating, the corners of the room wavering like a heat haze. The body is here, his soul is not. You may say I imagined these things, and I thought that must have been the case. Was I going out of my mind? Was the hotel really changing into some nightmarish twin? Was I the only one who could see it? If I was hallucinating, it was too complex. The harsh wooden floor beneath my feet felt real enough. The horrendous stench of the rotting flesh that reached my nostrils could not have been conjured by my imagination. I decided I had to find John Defoe's idol as soon as possible. If not that, then at least the painting Chahal had mentioned. I was convinced that some connection lay between Defoe Manor and this sudden madness. Alright. Alright, chat. Suddenly got a little loud there, huh? Oh boy. Make sure I'm clicked in. Look at wall. The graffiti read, his body is here, his soul is not. I wondered if this was referring to John Defoe. Smell. I didn't understand the word smell. Of course you don't, Smelly. There we go. What was my... Hang on. Lockpicks? I don't have my room key with me. I wanted to remember what my room number was. What if I go back in here? Open door. Chozo. Chat, do you say it as Chozo? Some people say you say it like the Metroid thing. What's on the table? Look? Blood splatters covered every wall and surface in the room as if someone had lost a fight with some horrible beast. Metal tables and some kind of stone altar all showed evidence of recent slaughter. A mangled old sofa stood in one corner. Hang on, can I check that crack in the floorboards there? Look at hole? I stared blankly. Reach in hole. Okay. It didn't make sense. It might just be a visual thing. Look at crack? Oops. Hang on. I spelled look at crack. I'll try the window too, but it looks like there could be something in that little hole. Look at window. Boards have been nailed onto the windows, both inside and outside. Hardly a speck of light made it through the blockage. Look at bed. Where once had been a bed, there was now some kind of stone altar. Chains and manacles indicated it was for sacrificial purposes. Is that what it's supposed to be? I couldn't really tell. Look at sofa. The sofa was a rotting green color, and some kind of sharp weapon had created a slash right across the faded cushions. Look at wall. Blood was everywhere on the north wall, and it had been used to spell out a word I could neither recognize nor pronounce. Well, I guess we'll learn how it's pronounced later, then. It looks like there's something on the table, but I don't know what it is, so I don't know how to look at it. I guess I'll just say, look at table. Oops. 2 steel tables were provided as some kind of work surface. Bloodstains and severed head was... Severed head? Strong indication of what kind of work they were intended for. That didn't look like a head to me. Check hole? Okay, I guess the hole doesn't really do anything for me right now. Look at blood. Blood was everywhere. On the north wall, it could have been used to spell out a word. Okay. I like how the blood is like... It's got that kind of like brown color, so you know it's been there for a long time. God, I can smell it. Ugh. What do I do next? Open door. Let's try this window. Look out window. The panes were cracked and blood-stained, and wooden boards blocked the view, apparently nailed haphazardly from the outside. Open door. The door was stuck shut. What if I specify look at hole in floor? Okay, there's more of these here. I wonder if they're just aesthetic, though. Okay. Look at hole in floor. No, I don't think it does anything. Open door. Door was stuck shut. Alright, guess we're going this way. I just realized, chat, how do I save? Peek at hole. Save game. Oh, wow, that worked? I was joking. Wow, I can't believe that worked. I'll take it. Chat didn't say anything. I just guessed that. Okay, then. Funny mechanic. Oh my. Look. The stairwell was built from old concrete and a thick smell of damp filled the air. And a thick smell of damp filled the air. Damp what? I was confused there. Alright then. Let's go downstairs first. I don't like the sound of that. That blood is fresh. That blood is red. Let's check out here first. Priest or prisoner, alkalite or slave. Look at wall. The graffiti reads, priest or prisoner, acolyte or slave. I had no idea who it could be referring to. It didn't sound like something John Defoe would inspire. Let's check these. What if I just type door? That might have made sense. What if I just type open? Is that enough? Can pick that open. Open door. Okay, I think I have to put open door to be safe. Open door. I'm honestly kind of surprised I got the curtains thing early on. I would have been stuck in that dark room forever if I didn't try that. Couldn't pick that open. Look. Window. Panes were cracked. Okay, same thing as the upstairs one. God, I can actually, like, smell this place right now. Like, I could just smell that, like, rotting, like, garbage in the summer type of smell. Like the back place of the grocery store I worked in. That's what it smelled like. That place smelled like how you'd expect this place would to be. I know that sounds weird, but my goodness, there was so much, like, garbage and everything. I do have the lockpick, but the door is stuck, not locked. Look. The stairwell was built from concrete. There was a headless corpse slumped in the corner. Look at wall. Blood seemed to be running down the stairs as if someone had attempted to descend them while bleeding out with increasing speed. The corpse had apparently spent his last few moments of life making graffiti. Was he responsible for all the messages I had seen? What about the paper? Look at paper. They appeared to be entries from a diary. July 10th. Felicia and I took shelter from the storm in this decrepit old hotel in the forest. Seems to be completely deserted, so we bedded down the floor of the lobby for the night. It is so peaceful here. The noise of the storm seems so far away. 19th. Exploring the hotel, it has become increasingly clear the place is not as innocent as it first seemed. Was the last one supposed to be 18th? I couldn't really make out that text. We found ancient corpses and evidence of terrible deeds in several of the rooms. The storm has cleared and we intend to leave as soon as possible. 20th. I'm certain now that devilry is at work. Every path we take through the forest brings us back to the hotel. We spent a whole day trying routes to no avail. Felicia keeps talking of a dream she fancies she saw in a hotel kitchen last night. Felicia is dead. I was too late to help her. I saw her murderer just as she did. Perhaps I will be next. I'm beginning to understand. 23rd. The murderous figure in black, the one whose body is savagely stretched into a mockery of form, is not the architect of this nightmare. Rather, this is the work of that hideous lord of the Forbidden Lands. God forgive me. I built a shrine to my captor in the lobby in an attempt to appease it. Nothing has changed. I have no more food. The horror is starting to affect my mind. I'm certain my mind is going. I imagined for a moment the hotel had changed, had become finely decorated and welcoming as it must have been once before in the past. I blinked, and it returned to its normal hateful self. The next few pages were sprinkled with blood, obscuring the text. August 1st. What is his relationship to that disgusting beast? Is he a servant or prisoner? Sometimes he acts alone, sometimes at the behest of a higher power. What does he want from me? He's after me now. I think I must have done something wrong. It hurts. That was the last readable entry. I decided to take them with me. They were covered in blood, or not to take them with me. They were covered in blood and all stuck together. Alright. Save. Just keep saving on one. For now. What if I run? Use the cursor keys. Okay, smarty pants. The lobby, too, had been tainted, and the painting I sought was absent. Presumably, it only existed in the hotel's normal form. If that was the case, I needed to find a way back there, or dispel the hallucination if this truly was all in my mind. At this stage, I was beginning to wonder if this really was all John Defoe's doing. It didn't seem his style somehow, but what other evil could possibly be the culprit? That's a body. Look at body. Someone had been tied down to the altar, flayed, and had their innards removed. By the looks of the horrible claw marks and broken fingernails, they had been alive at least part way through the procedure. Oh. Look at wall. A pentagram had been scrawled on the north wall, and a cow's skull had been nailed in place over it. It seemed to be some kind of offering. Open door. Office door was locked. Okay, pick, lock. I had encountered far stronger locks in my time. I picked it open within 10 minutes. Okay, then. Open door. Pane. Look. The room was tiny, and the absence of ventilation made the air very stuffy and thick. The only features were a safe and a table. A safe. Is that what that is in the corner? Look at wall. Could somewhat sympathize with the, clandestine graffiti artist. Look at table. There was a rickety metal table with nothing on it save for the prerequisite blood spots. Look at safe. It almost looks like some creature had exploded from inside the safe and the blood had shot out through the cracks around the door. Alright. Open safe. The door appeared to be jammed shut. This came as something of a relief. Kick safe. I prefer to leave the violence for last resort. Open. Couldn't pick that open. Open, please. Couldn't pick that open. Open, please. Ooh woo. I didn't understand the word ooh woo. Lucky you. Open. Couldn't pick that open. Okay, open door. Alright. Look at shelf. Some of the pigeonholes contain disembodied organs and entrails, which presumably belong inside the creature on the altar. Okay, oops, I was hitting control. That didn't, like, click me out of the game or anything, did it? Okay, good. Look out window. I stared blankly. Open door. Claboni hell. That looks funny to me. Is that... Oh, damn, this is creepy. Before I go here, let me... Can I check what's over here first? Just a head on a pike. Don't worry about... Oh, that looks very menacing. Look at door. The door to the bar had fallen off one of its hinges, probably bashed in at some point in the past. Open door. Oh, it actually worked. Okay. Bony hell means there's going to be skeletons. Look at poster. The left poster was some kind of portrait of a strange masked figure I had glimpsed in the hotel. The middle poster was blank, the third was smashed. Chat, I want to say this guy, looking at him, I've seen a glimpse of him earlier, yeah. He looks like Slenderman, but this was, like, before Slenderman was a thing, wasn't it? Like, this guy came first, right? If I'm understanding correctly. Look out window. Smashed and boarded up, like nearly all the windows I had found. This one was heavily bloodstained and some poor wretch had been thrown into it. Look at bar. In keeping with the alternate hotel's theme, the furniture looked like someone had been hurled against them with absolute fatal force. Lying on the bar in a pool of gore was a pair of long-nosed pliers. Is that what that yellow and gray thing is? Pick up pliers. Wasn't close enough. Okay. Pick up pliers. They were rusty but functional. I took them with me. Slenderman was introduced in 2009. Okay, so this guy was before. That's cool. Anyway, now the obvious thing. Look at machine. It appeared to be damaged. Within the front plate ajar, or with the front plate ajar, frayed wires emerging from the rear. Strangely, though, the screen was active and flashing blankly. Play arcade. Even if it were in fully working order, I had far better things I could have been doing. Okay. Talk to poster? I was talking to myself. Alright then, whatever. Open door. Save. I've made progress. So let's do that. Hi! How is every room just more unsettling than the last? Look. It had probably once been a dining room, judging by the number of tables. There were a total of 4 exits to adjoining rooms. Look at door? Which one, though? There were 4 doors, none of which seemed inviting. One to the east led back to the hallway. One to the west leading to the kitchen. One to some kind of unisex bathroom, and another large one that someone had boarded up. Some kind of flayed corpse was nailed in place over the door of the toilet, blocking the way. Remove boards. The boards seem brittle, but not that brittle. Some kind of tool would be required. I doubt pliers would work for that. Look at wall. The words, "it feeds," were inexplicably spelled out on the north wall in the prerequisite bloody letters. Look at tables. The tables were universally hidden under large tablecloths, yellowed and stinking with age. There was a plate of rancid meat in the center, adding its evil stench to the air. Alright. Hang on. I'm just gonna fix my seat. I'm kind of like sliding forward a bit because I got the keyboard on my lap. Use pliers. Should probably be more specific. Use pliers on boards. The nails were hammered into the boards too far. I couldn't get a grip on them with the pliers. Look at body. The body had been completely flayed with blood. The hands and one of the feet were held in place around with 6-inch nails. Use pliers. Oops, not liars. Pliers on body. The pliers were ideal for removing the nails. Oh, hello. What was that? I understand the word what. Okay. Let's go here then. Open. Couldn't pick... Oh, right. Sorry. Open door, Mr. Specify. Okay, there's something around. Let's type look to get a feel, though. The gloomy lavatories were in a state of advanced disrepair. One of the cubicle doors was hanging off the hinges, and the mirror above the counter was broken. Look at counter? The counter had 2 sinks and was covered in filth and mold. To my surprise, a brand new sealed envelope was sitting between the basins. Pick up envelope. Wasn't close enough. Yeah, I thought so. Pick up envelope. Baffled, I took the envelope. It was strangely bulky, and I tore it open. A white pill bottle and a note fell out into my hand. I here enclose the note with this report. Trilby, if you're reading this, then you too have seen the hotel change. At present, I have no idea if the alternative hotel is part of the ethereal realm or some kind of construct, a pocket dimension. There's a definite correlation between this level, or between one's level of agitation and one's tendency to reality shift. Fear is your enemy. It leaves you shining like a beacon for whatever evil brought us to this place. Enclosed is a bottle of tranquilizers from my personal first aid kit. When you find yourself shifting to the other place, take a pill and try to calm down, and the real hotel will return. Do not let it concern you. I'm researching the phenomenon. Your task is to find Defoe. Good luck, Agent Lankman. Lankman's letter raised more questions than it answered. I pocketed the pill bottle. Alright. So I just take a pill and I get out of Silent Hill? There really is a pill for everything now, isn't there? But I should keep exploring and see what other items I can pick up. Look at wall. I stared blankly. Look at blood. Blood flowed from one of the sinks in one of the toilets, indicating some hideous presence in the plumbing system. I want to know why the word no is there. Look at no. Understand the word no. Look at toilet. None of the toilets appear to be functional. One of them is overflowing with blood. One left me disinclined to investigate the others. P. I didn't understand the word P. Use toilet. Even I had the inclination, I very much doubted the plumbing still worked. Yeah, because that's a problem. Look at mirror. The cracks and stains twisted my reflection into something most unpleasing. Open door. It feeds. Let's check out the kitchen. See what they're cooking in here. Oopsie. Maybe they're making cakes. Couldn't pick that open. I keep forgetting. I gotta open the door. Kitchen doors refuse to open. How about I open my heart? How about that? Open heart. I understand the word heart. Open mind. Understand the word mind. What if I... Hang on, can I break the door? I never really try that. Break door. For leave violence for the last resort. Scream at door. Understand the word scream. Yell at door. Alright, you don't know any words, Trilby. Alright. I guess I'm done here. I'll check outside. I don't really want to, go all the way to the top floor if I didn't check that. But we should check outside before we leave. Okay, I don't know what can happen here. Okay, so let's make save. There we go. Look. The hotel's exterior was as corrupted as its interior. The ground beneath my feet was hard, red, and gritty like desiccated clay. Look at window. All the windows were boarded up. The alternate hotel appeared to have been abandoned by everything but the horror. Look at head. The two heads on the right were decayed down to their skulls, but the one on the left was very fresh, its features made unfamiliar by the torment it had undergone. What about this down here? What is this? Look at blood? I stared blankly. It looks like that's something, but I don't know what to look at. I already checked window. Yeah, it looks like there's a person at that grate, but I'm not sure. Look at grate? Didn't understand the word grate. Oops, I bonked the desk a little bit. Hang on, chat. Audio been all good so far? This new microphone seems to be working fine. Look at sign. I stared blankly. Audio's good. Look down. Try that. The hotel's exterior was corrupted as... Okay, it didn't... That's the same thing. Okay. Look. The corruption of the hotel seemed to extend for miles in every direction. Even the sky's rusty hue seemed threatening. Let's check over here. And it's gonna loop me around, isn't it? Just like that note said. Yeah. Look. Oops. East exterior was bent and extremely unsafe looking fire escape. The loop. Loops have been unlocked. Can't go forward. Alright, I guess I should, take that pill then. I think I've done all I can do for now. Take pill. Hesitantly, I tipped a tranquilizer into my palm and swallowed it without water. It quickly took effect. I felt the anxiety lift from the pit of my stomach, and my dismal surroundings seemed to feel less imposing. Then I felt that strange sensation again, of lightheadedness and detachment, and the world around me began to quiver. Look. It was a pleasant summer afternoon with only a few clouds to add to the picturesque feel of the clear blue sky. The beige frontage to the Clanbrowen Hotel was to the north. Okay. Let's go back in, I guess. Alright then. Open door. Look at painting. I was frankly astonished that Matthew Defoe's painting had survived the immolation of Defoe Manor. As I stared at it, it seemed that the surrounding room began to blur only until the painting was in focus. I fancied I could hear the creaks and whispers of Defoe Manor's hallways. I felt a bizarre urge to reach out and touch the painting. touch painting. As I stepped closer, I could feel sound becoming muffled and my head spinning, as if I were about to faint. My hand, as if pulled by an invisible string, reached out towards the clumsy brushstrokes. Defoe Manor, July 28th, 1821. Matthew Defoe is 15 years old today. He's excitedly putting the finishing touches on a painting to which his father commented on encouragingly. The first time he has ever been supportive of Matthew's artistic leanings. Matthew is now convinced his father is lifting from the mysterious depression that has plagued him for as long as either of them can remember. Now he intends to make the painting absolutely perfect before showing it again. Knock, knock. Master Matthew? Oh, okay. Really? Perfect time for Windows update, huh? Thank you for that notification. Thank you, James. And if you would be so good to inform, I will now be retiring for the night. Very good, James. Ah, there you are, boy. Let me introduce my son, Matthew. Hello. This is my friend, Mr. Smith. He's an expert on African tribal art. Well, just a scholar. Hardly even that, just someone with an interest in the subject. And he's offered to assess the figurine I brought back from my travels. I wasn't aware he had a family, Sir Roderick. Is your wife home too? Regrettably, Belinda is no longer with us. Oh, I'm sorry. Quite all right. You couldn't have known. She succumbed to illness shortly after Matthew was born. I finished the painting I showed you, Father. Oh, good. Well, Mr. Smith, what do you think of the piece? It's an intriguing little puzzler, actually. The design is reminiscent of a few Central African tribal gods I'm aware of. But to be honest, I've never seen anything like this before. May I ask how you acquired it? I'm glad you asked. It was 20 years ago, when I was a younger man on my first travels in the Dark Continent. We were traveling along the west coast on when our bearers spotted a ship that had run aground. It was an English clipper named the Sea Angel, and a short exploration revealed that every single crewman had just disappeared. Of course, we immediately sent a letter to the nearest embassy to report the finding. But the point is, it was on the lowest deck of the ship I found this very figurine you see before you today. What an extraordinary tale. But how do you account for there being an African tribal carving on a British vessel? We were as confused as you are. It wasn't a slave trading vessel, but there could have been a ha-ha. It's been a personal mystery of mine ever since. Okay, Mr. 1800s. I was hoping you could shed a little light on the matters. But there's more to tell. I haven't even begun to recount the strange events that have surrounded this artifact. Would you care for a glass of brandy? Thank you. That would be most kind. Matthew, fetch the brandy from the kitchen and some glasses. Yes, Father. Okay. Look. Defoe Manor's kitchen was small and somewhat sparsely furnished in contrast to the wealth of the house as a whole. Besides the sideboard, the only furniture was a large wooden table and a narrow drinks cabinet in the corner. I see a thing on the table I recognize. Pick up brandy? Matthew wasn't close enough. A few things I recognize. Matthew took the brandy bottle and a pair of appropriate glasses. Bang, bang. Hello? You haven't tried to speak to me in a while. Bang, bang. I did another painting. I showed it to Father. He said it was promising. I keep trying to tell him about you, but he never listens. You haven't knocked for me for so long, I was beginning to wonder. Hey, do you want to see my painting? I'm just not sure how I'd get it through the door. Slide painting under door. I'm pushing the painting under your door, okay? Hello, friend, welcome. Just give it back when you're finished. How dare you, sir? You intrude on my hospitality, insult my judgment? That's father. Get out of my house, you worm. Better see what's the matter. Hang on. Look at apron. It was a tough, well-used brown leather apron. Matthew wondered which member of the staff had been using it. Look at basement. Inside the word basement? Yeah, your father doesn't apparently either. At machete. A selection of knives were arranged conveniently above the sideboard. One of them was Sir Roderick's old jungle machete, which he liked to keep there as some sort of joke. Hang on, can I don't suppose I can go out here. I highly doubt it, but... Mrs. Beaton didn't like it when people went into her pantry. Pantry? No backyard yet, I guess. Open door. Father? Oh, it's you! Father, what happened? I heard shouting. That old fool told me some rubbish about my figurine. Said the only tribe it could have come from all died in slavery years ago. Actually had the nerve to accuse me of buying from a forger. I'm sorry, Father. What are you apologizing for? Where's the damn brandy? I've got it here. Give it to me. I'll go back to my room, Father. Show me your painting. Father? You said you had a painting. Show it to me. I can't, Father. And why not? Because... Come on, why not? Out with it. Because I gave it to the boy behind the door. I see. Father? Go back to your room, boy. I have to write my diary entry. Yes, Father. An hour of silence passed, and Matthew grew concerned about his father. Strangely, the most disturbing thing had been Sir Roderick's reaction to Matthew mentioning the boy behind the door. In the past, raising this had usually provoked a violent rage or an instant, flat denial. Matthew wondered what sort of anxiety was going through his father's mind. Smash. What was that? Father, what are you doing? Open door. Matthew was confused by his own reluctance. He had longed to see what was beyond the door his entire life, but now given the chance, he was struck with fear. He peered cautiously through and saw a set of rough stone steps leading down to some kind of basement. I should have done this the moment you came into this world, demon child. May God forgive me for having a part in your creation. Father, what are you doing? Do you see what you've done? I didn't want him to see this. Do you see what you've done? Father, no! Father! Oh, ah! Oh, apologies, dear boy, but I couldn't resist. You look so lost in that painting, I don't think you even saw me come in. What? Is everything all right, Terry? Yes, everything's fine. It's just for a moment there I thought I saw... Oh, never mind. Siobhan and I were talking about you after you ran into the room. That's how you say it, right? Seemed like something was making you terribly anxious. Frankly, I still think that's the case. It's okay, really I am. Well, if you're sure. I was certain my mind was not playing tricks on me. I'd been back there in Defoe Manor, looking through the eyes of Matthew Defoe. I'd seen the events that had created John Defoe. I saw his death at the hands of Sir Roderick. That terrible, violent end would bring him back as that awful wraith. But somehow, seeing that event, it was clear to me that there were more to this than the ghost of youth. There had been something very wrong about that idol, even before it was used to destroy John Defoe. A name stood out in my memory, the Sea Angel. The name of the ship on which Sir Roderick had found the figurine. I now had a lead. Professor, do you know anything about a ship called the Sea Angel? You know, it's funny you should mention that name. There's a really old wooden chisel among the Defoe Manor artifacts. And the words Sea Angel are carved into the handle. Where is this chisel? Out in display in the convention hall, next to the dining room. What's this all about, Terry? Oh, it's nothing. Just a little side project my clients want me to get into. Thank you for your help. No problem. Take care of yourself. There's something poking out of the painting now. Look at painting. Frankly astonished that Matthew Defoe's painting had survived the immolation of Defoe Manor. Someone had stuck a piece of paper under the frame, perhaps for me to find. Look at paper. It was a page from a religious book I wasn't familiar with. I hear and close it with these notes. Victim 5, the child. The fifth man who desired judgment was the child, whose fathers held the carving of the slave. The prince came to him, and was at once rightly pleased with what he found. For the house of the child and his father already knew well the name of the king. 2. And as the prince watched, the child was thrown down by his father, and broken with the wood of the prince's soul. But as the child's body, mind, and soul began to drift apart, the prince held them together, and he said, You are the child, and to you I grant power, for I see in you the potential that will grant my father, the king, his greatest wish. You shall be not of the land of technology, nor of the realm of magic, but of both, and thus you shall form the bridge. And across the bridge the king shall come to bring his message to the men of technology, through you, child of the bridge, will come, and thus I name you the bridge keeper. And the prince touched the child, and he was the bridge keeper. And his 3 aspects were granted power, so that his soul would join with the prince's soul in the wood of the tree. And the bridge keeper rose up and threw down his father and threw down his brother, and truly did they know the name of the king. And into the house of his father went the body and the mind of the bridge keeper. Okay. So they're explaining what happened to John there after he died. So there was something in that idol when he was being beaten to death that kind of like made him into the monster. Look at counter. Reception desk was cheap pine affair adorned with papers and materials. Someone appeared to have left a matchbox. Take matchbox. Only 1 match left. Took it anyway. I'm stealing again. Open door. Stokazola. No, that's something. Look at bar. 2 small tables were arranged for guests. The bar was wood paneled and outfitted with adequate selection of drinks and glasses. Look at posters. 3 framed vintage advertisements for the brands of drinks decorated the wall. If they were originals, they were probably quite valuable. Look at arcade. I think it was a pub quiz machine. A piece of white cardboard around the screen declared it was out of order. Not much to do here, it seems. Open door. Appeared to be locked, probably due to the deadbolt on the other side. Open door. Look. Toilets were clean and well maintained, that the very tiles of the floor seemed to glow with luminescence. The mirror above the counter was spotless and crystal clear. Okay. Then door. Open door. The kitchen doors refused to open, so I guess I can't do much there. Hang on. I'm wondering, what do I do? I understand the word what. Alright, I wonder if there was like a reminder thing for what you're supposed to be doing. Help? Let me try that. I didn't understand the word help. No. Help me. I understand the word help. Open door. Oh, I can go in here. That's surprising. The air in the hotel office was swimming with dust. Proprietors clearly felt the record-keeping was more of a formality than necessity. In the corner of the room was a diminutive but sturdy steel safe. I hadn't had cause to crack safes for some time, but my hands instantly went into automatic thieving mindset, returning like an old friend. When the job was done, I took the safe open. My nostalgia faded into puzzlement when I found it empty. Just for once, I'd like to crack a safe that actually contains something. Is that so much to ask? Okay. I'm worried I'm gonna, like, leave and there's gonna be someone being like, what are you doing in there? Look at desk. There was virtually nothing on the desk, and it lacked a chair. Obviously, very little work was actually done here. Open door. Oh, damn it. Do I have limited pills? Check pills? It seemed like a perfectly ordinary childproof bottle of medical-grade tranquilizer pills. A prominent, brightly colored label read warning, some users may experience drowsiness and or hallucinations. So, does this just happen at random? That could get a bit annoying. Or is it because I picked up... The pills aren't limited? Okay, good, good. That's what I was concerned about. I feel like I wasn't done here yet, though. I picked up the matchbox, but I don't know what I can do with a matchbox here. Hang on, because I opened the safe in the other world, does that mean that it'll be open here? I should check that. Pain. Look at safe. Almost looked like some creature had exploded inside. Open safe. Nope. Okay, that didn't change anything. Okay, I didn't check the very top floor, I'm pretty sure. Alright. I need to stand up and stretch in a moment. Maybe it's because... No, it's probably because I went walking today. I was at the trails all in the morning, and my legs feel like jelly right now, so it's kind of hurting my butt to sit down right now. Okay, bring her back. Look. Stairwell was built from old concrete, blah, blah, blah. Strange, there was some kind of dismembered porcelain dummy mounted to one of the walls. Look at doll. Ooh, not duel. Look at doll. Looked like some kind of porcelain mannequin, but with bits missing. Couldn't see how it was attached to the wall. Take doll. It was stuck firmly to the wall. Besides, I didn't want to carry that around. Alright. So, did I check in here? Man, not man. I don't think I've been on this floor. Wait, I don't think I've been to my actual room yet, have I? In the real world. Hang on. I'm just going to stand up and stretch slightly, because I feel like my back and butt are hurting a little bit. There we go, chat. If there's, like, some creature wandering the halls, this would be a very bad time to find out. Oof. So don't mind me. Just gonna stretch. Ooh. Oh man, I can't even do the stretch to like touch my toes right now. My legs are that tired from the walk. Damn. All right. Just adjust cushion here so it's better on my back. Stretching is good, chat. Hiccuping. I don't mean to brag, but I am doing a little bit of more healthier stuff. Save, I probably should. I made myself a very, very delicious salad last night. There we go. My mom and I went grocery shopping and I picked up a lot of good stuff. No junk. Only good stuff. Okay. Gotta get going, friend. Alright, see you later. There we go. Open door. Chozo, love me. Come on, please love me. Come on, just give me a chance. I've been such a nice guy. Look at wall. I saw once more the strange word I had seen on the wall in the bed's room. This time followed by the words, love me. Love me. I understand the word love. That might have made sense in another time and place, but not then. Look. My room had slipped into the shadow world. The walls and floor were filthy, and the furniture had been replaced with instruments of suffering. Look out window. All was dark outside the window, rather either through nailed-up boards or thick grime on the pane. Okay, then. Open door. Took another pill. Okay, let's look at my real room. Look. This was completely standard hotel room equipped with a bed, sofa, and television. Look at TV. Deactivated color television was sitting on the edge of the counter. Oh, remember the days when you had to specify a television, like a TV was color? Like, even when I was a kid, that was like a thing that was just still being, like, phased out, but you would still hear it. There we go. Okay. Look at bed. A neatly made bed dressed in a chintzy fabrics occupy the corner of the room. Watch TV, forget evil. But it's 2006. There's nothing good on. There never will be anything good on. Look at sofa. Firm blue sofa was provided presumably in order to fill the empty room space. Okay. Look at desk. A desk stood opposite the bed. Its only feature was the television. Look at table. Desk stood opposite the bed. Its only feature was television. Okay. I don't think I can get anything in here. Open door. Open door. It would not give when pushed, so no direct means of opening it. Look. Hallway was decorated identically to the majority of the rooms in the hotel, warmly and pleasantly. Knock? There was no reply. No reply. Okay. Let's have a look around here for now, I guess. Oh, that's right. Yeah, this takes place in 1997 as well. Couldn't pick that open. Oops, right. Open door. Door was either stuck or locked. Pick. Lock. After several minutes, I was pretty sure I'd succeeded in picking the lock, but the door still refused to open. Knock. Wasn't sure how to. Listen. Technically, I could be watching Power Rangers right now. I don't know. Did that air in the UK? Or is that just like an American thing? Well, obviously it was a Japanese thing that became an American thing. You know what I mean. Knock on door. Well, I guess I could go upstairs and give it a try. But I highly doubt it's going to do anything for that. I'm pretty sure I need to solve the issue with whatever's with the doll in the other world, and then this will open. Knock on door. That didn't make sense to me. Well, you heard the protagonist. We're moving on. Huh. These stairs are slow. There we go. Couldn't move that there. Walk faster. What's advanced so far? I've done the painting. I found that there's nothing in the safe. I also picked up matches. A single match. I guess I'll have to just knock on random doors until something happens. Why not? Come in! Hold still, Trilby. Hold still, there you go. Ask a bed about safe? Where did you say the wooden idol from Defoe Manor could be found? Good grief, Terry. I said we discuss it after the fair. As far as I know, it's still in the safe in the hotel office. I bit my tongue before letting slip to the professor that the safe was empty. There was no way I could have explained my knowing that except by admitting I had cracked it open. Okay. Ask a bed about, what was her name? Where is her? Professor, she said she was going outside for a walk. Ask a bed about painting. Didn't consider that subject relevant. Open door. Well, I've got nothing else to talk to him about. Ask about note? Note? The note with the painting? I don't think he'd understand anything about that, but he said she was outside. Maybe talking to her will advance something. I'm not quite sure what to do. And that's my only lead so far. Let's go outside. Did I spell a bed wrong? Whatever. I'm already downstairs. I don't feel like going up again. Okay, I haven't gone back to Silent Hill yet. Let's check over here. Is it gonna loop here? Yes, it did. Alright. She said she was going outside, but I don't see her. I'm guessing the real world's not like a real loop. It's just, you know, you can't leave the island, so it's just you walking around. I am on an island, right? Pretty sure they said this hotel was on an island. What? What? That caught me off guard. What? What hurts? I didn't understand the word what. Okay. Couldn't pick that open. Okay, that startled me. What was I gonna check again? I don't even remember. It's a rare random event? Okay. What are the odds of that happening? That's pretty... That spooked me a bit. That's a way to put you on edge when you're wandering around. Lockpicks, pills, matchbox. I used up the pliers. Was there an emergency exit door on the fences out there? I don't recall. Oops, I hit caps lock. I'm probably just gonna make it shift to the other world again, but... Hotel side and rear yards were enclosed by a high wooden fence. Could also see a fire escape running up the exterior wall. Some stuff inspired by, like, Eternal Darkness. Ah. I know people got a walkthrough handy. I'm also trying to figure it out if I can. I hope there's no penalty for taking multiple pills, because I feel like... Oops, take pill. Because that's gonna just happen a lot due to the nature of the game. So, I couldn't get into the display area where the dining room is. The door is just closed. Try that again, though. I picked up a matchbox. Yeah, it should be here. Open door. Appear to be locked by a deadbolt on the other side. Pick lock. Can't pick a deadbolt, but... There was no pick in the world that could unlock a deadbolt on the opposite side of a door. Yeah, I figured. Can't go to the kitchen. Didn't say the kitchen was locked, did it? Pick lock. Doors are probably unlocked. They appear to be stuck shut. Look. The dining room was rather small and sparse. Seemed Claiborne Hotel was only a step above a bed and breakfast. Okay. So, what is the next thing I'm supposed to do right now? You know what? Hal, to hold that thought, I'm going to try the fire escapes on the other floor. Maybe those can open. Let me try those, and if that doesn't do anything, then I'm not gonna... Then I don't have a clue what I'm supposed to do right now. I haven't tried knocking on the first floor, though, but... Is there anyone I can even speak to here? I don't think so. Maybe Agent Linkman's here? Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to type that. Open door. Would not give when pushed, saw no direct means of opening it. Pull door. Cannot do that just then. Alright. I think that's like an alarm, a fire alarm or something on the wall. Each floor has one. I'm pretty sure it's just an aesthetic thing. Okay, good. Open door. Alright. Look at wall. Presumed to be a smoke alarm. Huh. I could use the match to set it off, but what would that do? What if I do it on the wrong floor? Hang on, let me save. Yeah. Let me try that. Use match, oops, on smoke alarm. I should probably be more specific. Maybe it'll open the fire exits, but what's the point of going there, though? It just seems so random. Use match on alarm? Oh my god, it worked. Oh my god, that actually advanced it. Are you kidding me? Click. Why did that work? I guess they all opened. I pushed my way through the door and descended the fire escape. Oh. Well, I guess I'm not going back. I can't believe that worked. That was the thing that made me move forward. That's just so random. Look. Absolutely no grass or plant life remained in the yard. The floor was well trodden and muddy. Blood splatters making a trail to some kind of sacrificial altar. Look at altar. Blood was pooled on top of the altar. Evidence of blasphemous rituals had taken place here. An odd occult symbol was carved into the surface. 4 equilateral triangles arranged into a star contained within a single large circle. Hang on. Look at window. The window, too, had been boarded up by an unknown hand. So... I can't leave here. Wait, no, there's a path going down this way. Look at ground. Okay, then. How do I exit the map? How do I, like, change maps? So how will the pills take effect? Use ladder. Should probably be more specific. Look at ladder. The fire escape was twisted and bent, and it came away from the wall in several places. Perhaps it had been overloaded at some point. Push altar. Couldn't do that just then. Trying to think here. If I take the pill now, will it be fine? I took it. Okay, good. Alright, they accounted for that. And what do we have here? Look at table. Probably used for garden maintenance, tool storage, that sort of thing. Iron crowbar was the only tool being stored at the time. Take crowbar. Wasn't close enough. Alright then. How about that? Take crowbar. Took the crowbar with me. Perhaps it could serve a purpose. Can I go down over here? I was worried, because so far it seemed like with the pills, I had to, like, change maps after taking one, so I was wondering, like, was I gonna be stuck? Oopsie. Use ladder. Okay, then use fire escape. Climb ladder. I climbed back up the ladder and entered the same floor I had come from. Alright, so what did I get from that? The crowbar. What do I need the crowbar for? I could use it in the dark world. I'll just call it the dark world and light world, like Zelda. That's the easiest way to distinguish. I can use it on the wood boards. So I just gotta wander until I enter that place again. Until it happens. These stairs are not fun to use. Hopefully I'll just enter it when as I walk over here. There we go. I was waiting for it. It still startled me, though. Use crowbar. Crowbar was very old. I doubted it possessed the necessary strength to do that. Excuse me? Oh, don't give me that old crowbar can't do this crap. Oh. What do I use the crowbar, then? Maybe on the doll? That's a thought. Let's try that. This crowbar's too old and bad. To the top floor. You know what else is old? The door and the wood. I'm already calling it now, chat. We're gonna have another little adventure game, thing where you use the crowbar and it magically snaps in half after one use. Alright. Bring her back. I wonder if it means to bring a head to here, though. Use crowbar. The crowbar was very old. I doubt it possessed the necessary strength to do that. Really? Really? What is this crowbar good for? What did I get this for? I don't remember if there was anything in the regular rooms to get either. Was there something I could break? Could I break open the Dark World version of the safe? I'll try that. I'm gonna try that. That's the only lead I got going, so I'm just gonna walk towards it. Okay. I really hope something doesn't chase me, because one, it's spooky, and two, when something chased me in the last game, it was kind of bullcrap. Remember when the monster got like glitched out of bounds? That was funny. I doubt the crowbar is going to work here, so let me see. What if I specify? I don't think... Yeah, it's not gonna work. Maybe take the head. Hang on, maybe... Oops. Open door. Maybe take the... What if I take one of the fresh head outside and put it on the doll? I tried being specific and just got the same text. Use crowbar. The crowbar is very old. What can this be used on? On head. So I can't pry off flesh with the old crowbar. Maybe just taking the head, would that work? That wouldn't make sense, though, would it? What if I just took a severed head and showed it to people in the light world? Take head. I was loath to even go near them. Boop the head. I didn't understand the word boop. I'm gonna go back and try to oops, really? I'm not close enough. I'm gonna try specifying the crowbar in the boards, but it gave a message that said the crowbar was too old and didn't have the strength for it, so that made me think it was not good enough. I feel like that might have been an oversight. If that's the case, no, not open. Use crowbar on boards. Oh my god. Chat, did it not say it didn't have the strength? As I had suspected, the stress proved too much for the ancient crowbar, which is bent to uselessness. I discarded it. They should have picked a different message for that, I feel like. Okay, let's make a save. Open. Right. Well, isn't that... Oh, that's... This looks like a room I made in Turtlehead. Like, the color scheme and everything. That's what this old building reminds me of. Oh my god, yeah, it's the same boards and wall. I didn't even think about that. The garbage bag in the corner just made me, like, realize, didn't I do something like that? Judging by the smell, this room had probably not been ventured into for years. Desiccated corpses dangled from the ceiling, left to rot by some warped interior decorator. Turtles notes. Gosh. Aren't enough keys in this game to be Turtlehead. Yeah. I'm sorry, chat, but the way the body is strung up, like the rightmost one, looks very funny to me. He looks like a freaking party decoration. Look at skellies. I didn't understand the word skelly. Alright, fine. Look at skeletal remains. Oops. Skeletal remains. Look at skeletal remains. Alright. Look at dead stuff. Look at bodies. More wretched victims. Okay, it's just the same. Oh, no, it's different. Alternative hotel. Their advanced age indicates the dreadful sights that filled this place were by no means a recent addition. Look at trash. Understand the word trash. Look at bag. A sack tied up at one end sat oozing foulness in the corner. Open sack. The mere thought of what that bag could contain made me feel ill. I know, but that's just the surprise of it. Let's open it up. Could be a new skin. I mean, those guys don't have any more, so they gotta put it somewhere. It's the UK, so it's to use the word rubbish. Oh, really? Hang on, I want to see if that'll work. Look at rubbish. No, oh, you're wrong. Take skeleton? I don't know. Would have been wiser to let the poor souls rest in peace. Look at wall. The prerequisite bloodstains had faded to an ugly brown color over time. It did not make them any less unnerving. It had been used to daub some kind of symbol in the north wall. So I want to assume that opening this in the dark world will open it in the light world, even though that makes no logical sense right now. From a gameplay perspective, oops, it does, I guess. No matter how many times I keep pressing open instead of open door, I don't learn my lesson. Take pill. Took another pill. Open door. Okay, that didn't work. So, what if I go in there and look and check for a deadbolt? I don't know. I feel like that I'm on the right track there, but what did I pick up from that? Nothing. I used the crowbar to open that door, but I got nothing from it. So now I need to, like, go back there and look again. So I gotta, like, room warp. Startle. Jump scare. Be in the dining room, take the pill, and enter that door, maybe? That's clever. That's clever. Let me try that. Even that makes even less logical sense, but from a gameplay perspective, it sounds like some shenanigans. Did I click out of the game? Okay, I was wondering why my click wasn't working. Open door. Wow, that actually worked. I can't believe that worked. That's kind of silly. There's the burnt rocking chair. Look. Professor Chahul's antique show was as sparse as its small venue would indicate. A couple of tables were laid out with various trinkets, and a charred rocking chair was the centerpiece. Look at table. There was an unopened bottle of some kind of soft drink sitting at the end table in the corner. On the display tables, I recognized one or two of the manor artifacts among the miscellaneous knickknacks. A set of manacles, rescued no doubt from the manor's basement, stood out the most. I spotted the chisel that the professor had mentioned next to the pile of books on the north table. So if this room is only locked by deadbolt, I guess I ain't getting in here unless I unlock it myself, yeah. Hang on, I wanted to pick up that soda. Pick up soda. I took the drink with me, something told me it would come in useful. I guess all I need to do is grab the chisel. It's probably going to activate like another flashback. Oops. A loud buzzing played in my ears, and my vision began to cloud as I reached over and laid my hand upon the tool. Yep, here we go. Somewhere in the Atlantic, July 25th, 1789. Ooh. This guy had been a great warrior. In battle, his skill was thought unmatched in all of Africa. He had respect, a great house, a slew of beautiful women, children to make any father proud, but through just one mistake it had all been torn away. His mistake was in standing by his beloved king when the invaders from the coastal kingdom arrived. Now his great house was ruined, his women, his children murdered. And for him, however, how do you say that? I have no idea. I'm not going to pretend I know. The worst fate of all, sold to the white men in exchange for weapons, shackled up with his fellows in a hold of a slave ship. He was strong. Perhaps he could have lived as a slave, but then came the sickness. A simple fever, no doubt, to be gone the next day. The white men took no chances and threw him overboard. Oh, that is such a real thing, jeez. For days, he drifted, waiting for the black cloud of death to descend. Having lost everything, he now sought only the embrace of the deep, a welcome end to a life betrayed. But the end did not come. Then... Come around, Captain. Voices, unfamiliar, speaking an unfamiliar language. He was suddenly terrified that the slavers must have returned, but he was as weak as a newborn and could not move or speak. Looks like we picked him up just in time. Don't know how long he's been drifting out here, but it couldn't have lasted much longer. Good Lord. Look upon it, men. The greatest evidence we have of humanity's inherent evil. Never forget that men, sailors such as you or I, did this, left this poor wretch to die. Slavers aren't sailors like you or I, Captain. No. I do not know how those devils have the audacity to still call themselves human. Today, there is no pride in being an Englishman. Find our new passenger some quarters. Make him comfortable. Passenger, Captain. Every innocent who sets foot on my ship is a free man. Is there something about this policy you find questionable? Not at all, Captain. No, these were not the slavers. The ship was different. Less crowded with terrified black faces. There was an anger in the voices of the white men, but not directed at him. Still frightened, but somewhat reassured, he passed out. Days passed, and his health was restored. To have been rescued by the ship of these good white men had been a fantastic stroke of good fortune. He decided that it had been the will of the gods that he should survive, and that proper thanks would be in order. Trying to cough here. Jeez. An idol! That was an answer. If he could just find some suitable wood and a sharp blade, he would carve the finest idol of his life. Okay. I don't think he can talk to them, can he? Look. The Sea Angel was a small clipper built for speed and the fast delivery of cargo. It was late in the evening, and there were a few crewmen on deck. Say hello? Understand the word say. Talk to men. I don't think I can... I don't know how... I don't know their names, so I can't do anything. Talk to crew. Can understand the white men's language. Any communication would have to be non-verbal. Okay. Use ladder. Can I just move towards it? Greet sailors. Nope. Go down. Need to move closer to the ladder. I'm as close as I can get. Okay. Climb down ladder. There we go. Look. The hold was plunged into almost total darkness, with the memory of the slave ship still recent. He was unwilling to venture from the light. Open box. Strong smell of tea rose from the cracks in the wood, but he had no interest in the actual contents of the crate. Take box. Doubted he'd have taken that with him. Hang on one second, just gonna sneeze maybe. There we go. I had to, like, clear my throat during that whole time. Take wood from box. The wood of the crate seemed ideal for his intentions. He decided to leave it here until he was ready to carve the idol. Okay. Climb ladder. Let me see if I can go over here. Nope. I guess I'm looking for the chisel then. He's got tools, clearly. Can't go over here. Hold out hand. Wave. I'm not quite sure. Take tool. Doubted he could have taken that with him. Trying to think here. I'm gonna just stand up and stretch slightly while I think about it. Any communication would have to be non-verbal. What can I do to ask him for a tool then? Point at tool? That's an idea. Point to chisel. Hang on. Point to... Oh, it worked. All right there, laddie. Oh, I see. You want something to carve with. Here. The sailor handed him a sharp, almost brand new workman's chisel. Just bring it back when you're finished with it. I'm guessing something's gonna happen here. It's gonna turn into like some Return of the Obra Dinn crap, isn't it? See. Climb ladder. Carve wood. With the chisel and the wood off the crate, he could finally create his offering. After several hours, he was very pleased with the result. A fine rendition of his kingdom's god of fertility and good fortune. All that remained now was to return the chisel. Take idol. Decide the idol would find where it was. There was no need to move it. So this is how the idol got made. Okay, climb ladder. Oh! That was fast. Golly! I saw the question mark thing. Was I able to type something there? The cutscene just happened so fast there. The vision faded, and I felt myself being hurled forcefully back to the present day. That tall, thin creature, that black-clad ghoul, what was its significance to my predicament? It's still weird to think that this thing, like, predates Slenderman from a few years, huh? Why did it appear again and again throughout history to spread death and the horror? There was no connection to the idol's shape or his tribal deities. The tall man was no fertility god. It must have been connected to the wood of that crate somehow. There had been a name on that crate. He hadn't been able to read it, but I, looking through his eyes, had. O'Malley Shipping. Could the owner there have been an ancestor of, Siobhan? That's how you say it, I think? It was a flimsy possibility, but at that point, my only lead. I resolved to discuss this with Siobhan at the earliest opportunity. Yeah, well, that just kind of happened. I didn't... Oh, wait, there's a paper there. Look at paper. I recognize it as being from the same source as the one under the painting in the lobby. The victim 4, the slave. The fourth man who desired judgment was the slave who had not been brought, had not been brought Freehorn's message, and who tormented the wood that the prince's soul with a sharpened blade. The prince came to him, and he struck the slave down, and he knew the name of the king. And the prince said, "Not one of your household shall I leave alive, slave, for thrice now I have brought my warning, and any who still fail to heed shall be named as fool and judged most unworthy in our sight." Okay, so there's 3 more flashbacks to go through then. We're continually going back then. Can't take anything from here. Look at books. A couple of valuable antique books I recognize. One of them from Defoe Manor's library. The others were unknown for me. Unlock door. Couldn't pick that open. Open door. Finally, I've... Oh, it's you, Terry. Thought you might have been serving staff at least. Or at last. Ask a bed about wood. That was hardly relevant discussion. He's here, so clearly I'm supposed to ask him something. Ask, bed about O'Malley Shipping. I doubt this will go anywhere. Do you know anything about Siobhan's family tree a bit? Specifically whether or not they ran a shipping company in the late 18th century. What on earth makes you think I would know that? I really don't know. Just thought I'd ask. Why don't you ask Siobhan? Instead of wasting my time and yours with questions she could easily answer herself. Alright then. Well, she hasn't, like, been here at all. So... I'm not sure where she is. Hang on. I should probably ask him where she is. Ask a bed, where is girl? Ask a bed about girl. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Ask bed about girl. Where's Siobhan? She said she was going to get a drink. I keep telling her it's not right for a girl her age to drink so much. Well, what do I know about young people today? Okay. She's probably in here then. Mr. Railby, have you seen any of the hotel staff anywhere? Come to think of it, that is kind of odd. I'm afraid not. Perhaps they go to bed early in these parts. Okay. Ask girl about Mally shipping. Can't believe that works. Do you know anything about the history of your family? Wouldn't be much of a history student if I didn't. Now would I? I'm researching my family tree as a part of my diploma. That's ideal. Appreciate this may sound like an odd question, but trust me when I say it's important. Did your family run a shipping company in the late 18th century? That is an odd question, but I do remember reading something about O'Malley shipping. I'd have to check my notes. I left them in my book bag. Could you meet me in my room in about 5 minutes? I'm in 2A, next to a bed. Certainly. I'll see you there then. Well, that worked. Yeah, there's no hotel staff around here this whole time. So, have they all disappeared while we're stuck in here? I'm beginning to think that's what's happening. She's gonna die, probably. Yeah. Let's go up to 2. Kind of wild that the second floor is where the rooms number 1A and 1B, 1C are. Okay, let me try this. Knock on door. Door's open. Open door. Wait, what? Run? Father, why? Cry? I don't understand the word cry. What is happening? Oops. Run. Father, why? Jump. Father, why? Wait, what? Father, why? Don't do it. I don't know, just die then. Come in, please, Terry. You have the papers? Must you always get right down to business? Come and sit down, let's talk. How are you feeling? We're a little worried about you. I have, these moments of illness. What do you want to talk about? Defoe Manor. Oh? It kinda interests me. I was really into the media coverage of the incident at the time. This client of yours, the one who wants the figurine, what does he know about it? Well, he has an interest in the occult, and there's some nonsense story going around about it. Something about the idol being a vessel for an evil ghost. I wasn't really paying attention. Really? I don't remember hearing about that in any of the reports. No, you wouldn't have. It wasn't widely... Have you heard the story that Trilby was in the house? I could feel a cold sweat drooling down my spine. Every fiber of my being was concentrated on not giving any outward signs of alarm, as Siobhan spoke of my secret name with wide-eyed enthusiasm. No one believes it, but Simone Taylor insisted it was true right up until, well, you know. She says he saved her from the house. I think that's a little far-fetched. That's exactly what a bed says. He says a ghost is one thing, but throwing Trilby into it just seems silly. Truth be told, I don't think Abed believes in Trilby any more than he believes in ghosts. He's so grounded in reality. A sensible attitude. Have you always been an antique dealer? Shh, Siobhan, please, I came here to talk about... Let me put that another way. Have you ever been an antique dealer? I knew it. The outfit, the hat, Terry Railby. You're him. You were in Defoe Manor. Now you've come here to finish off the ghost. Siobhan, I always knew there was something else. In this world, there was something better, more glamorous, just below the surface. Will you take me with you? Listen to me. There is nothing glamorous about what I do. I live in the shadows that threaten to consume me every single day. And if you pursue this any further, you're gonna walk straight into one. Wait, what are you talking about? There's something extremely dangerous in the hotel. I don't know what it is, but... Oh, God. No. Get up. I tried to push myself up, but the muscles in my arms gave a quiver of fear in response to my urging. Kick. He wasn't close enough. Kick. Kick. Oh. That wasn't very good. Siobhan was out cold but uninjured. She would probably be safe in her bed while I continued my investigation. Look at girl. Consider myself lucky that I was not as skilled in unarmed combat as I thought. I didn't mean to. Let's look through her bag. Look at bag. It was a perfectly ordinary student's backpack for carrying books and personal possessions. Open bag. Under the circumstances, Siobhan probably wouldn't mind. There were a few textbooks, a half-empty water bottle, and a large folder marked O'Malley Family History. This, I decided, was my quarry. I flipped through the pages until I reached the information relevant to the 18th century and read my discoveries out loud. Liverpool-based O'Malley Shipping Company ran for 3 generations of the family in the mid to late 18th century until the loss of one of their clippers drove the company to bankruptcy. The owner at the time, Jacob O'Malley, placed the blame somewhat irrationally on a shipping crate, which family legend alleged to be haunted, and had been on the ship at the time. Oh dear. There are numerous tales of bizarre events surrounding the crate, and the story of the crate's origin is no less mysterious. It goes that a strange young man came to a carpenter's at Liverpool dockyards with a very expensive-looking harpsichord, which he insisted smashed up in wood used for whatever purpose the carpenter desired. He refused to leave until the instrument had been utterly broken into its component parts in front of his eyes, and the wood sent to be made into crates for O'Malley shipping. When pressed for his name, the man identified himself as Jack Freehorn. The Rooms of Jack Freehorn, if I'm saying that right. July 28th, 1778. So, what trifle have you been wasting your father's money on now, Jack? What does it look like? It looks like a virginal. A harpsichord, actually, in the Flemish style. Quite old, quite expensive. Well, I suppose I should be grateful that something is distracting you from the occult for once. I fear you may have been speaking too soon, my friend. Oh god, I should have known, you and your silly obsession. So, what devilry inhabits this magnificent instrument? This instrument as a whole is for the most part untainted by the ethereal realm. But its keys are what spark my interest. Unusually, they have been carved from centuries-old English oak. And that's the interesting part? I will not be disheartened by that sharp tongue of yours. The wood has gone through many incarnations before being incorporated into this device. Items of furniture, building material. In fact, just over 200 years ago, it was part of a wall. A wall of a certain inn on a well-traveled road in Wales. The unicorn? I'm so pleased you remember. I could hardly forget the way you've been obsessing quite heartily over it of late. Your correspondents persist in filling your head with rubbish about ghosts and demons. I count myself very lucky to have tracked down even a small piece of that hostelry. I know I've already told you some of the wonderful stories attached to it. And this instrument has had its fair share of mysterious happenings. The usual batch of strange noises, sudden madness, and inexplicable deaths. See sense, my friend. This curiosity of yours for all things ungodly has no doubt already befouled your immortal soul. You are a fine fellow, Wilbur, but you have not a drop of romance in your body. Now stop browbeating me for my inquiring mind and let us take dinner. All these events are happening on July 28th? Are they? I haven't noticed. So, John Defoe's death, the incident on the ship, and this all happened July 28th? Is that what that said? That night, Jack was stirred from his bed by the sound of music emanating from his new instrument. His first thought was anger, mostly because the harpsichord was an antique, never intended to be played. But then he listened to the haunting, melancholy tone and felt his stomach roll inexplicably with fear. Who is down there? Wilbur, is that you? Look. Jack Freehorn was a man of modest means and desired little for comfort. The only pieces of furniture to speak of were a bed and a desk. It's all July 28th. But why? What does it mean? Jack could not take a step further, because he realized with a lurch that he recognized the dark figure that sat at the keys. He had read of this strange entity that it recurred frequently in stories surrounding the Unicorn Inn and the objects that were later constructed from its wood. He knew with absolute certainty that the tall man would destroy him were he not destroyed first. Look. The sparsely furnished room below Jack's bedroom was dominated now by his new harpsichord. The same instrument was now being tormented at the spindly hands of the emaciated intruder. Okay. Well, thank you for the raid there, Mina. Look at table. Jack's desk was covered entirely in letters, notes, and papers he had been studying lately. A flintlock pistol given to Jack by his father lay gathering dust atop a pile of correspondence. Take pistol. Jack wasn't close enough. Take pistol. Jack took the gun with him to confront the intruder. Maybe he should go back to bed, or out the window. Shoot Slenderman. Oh yeah, you wouldn't. Shoot tall man. You won't take me, demon! Uh-oh. Wilbur? No. Oh god, no! I could have sworn. You. I know you. You have... Oh god. Please forgive me, Your Majesty, for my transgressions. I'm a worthless, craven fool, not worth a second of your precious time. Please spare me. I will redeem myself for my offense. I'll be yours forever, my body, mind, and soul. And... Alright, he's gone. Thank you, my lord. Thank you. Identified himself as one Jack Freehorn. This may have well been the same Jack Freehorn who went on to form a bizarre religious cult. A depraved group of paganist worshippers who were spoken of with much derision by conventional society. With my latest flashback, my knowledge of the history of the cursed wood gained another step. Before the crate, it had been a harpsichord, and some time before the harpsichord, it had been part of some kind of hostelry in Wales. An inn called the Unicorn. Why did that ring a bell somewhere in my recent memory? I had definitely seen something in the Clan Brownwyn Hotel that was linked to that place, but where? Did I? I don't remember. Also, she's gone. Look at paper. Victim 3, Freehorn. The third man who desired judgment was Freehorn, who had bought from those who made luxuries with wood that was the prince's soul. The prince came and struck down the lover of Freehorn, and Freehorn knew the name of the king. And Freehorn said, I know you now, O prince, who was the arrogant man, and I anticipate your wish, and I will devote myself to spreading the teachings you have brought me and the love of our king. And the prince was satisfied, and Freehorn called all those who would listen, and they formed an order of blessed agonies that would work to redeem the follies of the men of technology. Alright, open door. Knock. No reply. No one's here. I guess I'll go downstairs or something. Don't think there's anything waiting for me upstairs. Now we wander until something happens. So 2 more flashbacks. Chat, would you say I'm almost done the game? Usually the other 2 could be done like just under 3 hours. Ah, here we go. Back to Smelly Land. What do I have on me? A Speedy Cola? That's what it's called? From somewhere to the west, I heard a familiar sound of a door being unlocked. Oh. Lankman? There he goes. Alright, let's check over there. It feeds. Should make a save. Okay. Open door. Ooh, that's a spicy kitchen. Exit a thing here. Look. What had once been a kitchen was now some kind of torture room. I found myself wondering whether it was used for extracting information or merely to entertain the alternate hotel's hellish proprietor. Look at crispy body. I didn't understand the word crispy. Well, how else would you describe that? Look at body. A horribly tormented soul was still lying on the central counter, limbs arranged oddly from spasms of agony. Toasty body. True. Look at wall. There was an interesting imprint of blood on the north wall, suggesting that some flayed victim had been hurled against it. Let's check the creepy door first. Open door. Wasn't close enough. I'm pretty sure I am. Ooh, what's going on here? Look. The grimy cellar had been abandoned for some time. A large section of floor was worn away. The worn-down area had been conquered by a swarm of greasy black beetles. If I walk on that, will it kill me? Better save again. Yeah, they killed me. This concludes the text of the notes found in the hotel on August 4th by the STP investigative team. Time of writing, Trilby remains missing in action. Resume. Figured as much. They put a skeleton there, but I had to confirm. So... I don't know. Give cola or soda to beetles. Will that make them piss off? That didn't make sense to me. Throw soda. Pour soda on ground. I feel like I'm on the right track, but I just need the right word for it. Drop soda. No, not soy-oda. Couldn't do that just then. Maybe there was something else in the kitchen for that. Oopsie. Open door. Excuse me? Oh, it's a staircase. That's what. There wasn't any meat in the kitchen, just crispy body. Open door. Emergency door refused to budge, appeared to be jam. Take body. I doubt I could have taken that with me. Open door. I feel like I am on the right track here. Look at bugs. Each was about the size of a child's fist. Oh, that's huge. They scuttled back and forth across the floor, slipping in and out of heavy cracks in the foundation. Looking at them made me feel quite nauseous. Give soda to bugs. Perhaps I should try rephrasing that. I feel like I'm on the right track, but I don't know what wording it wants right now. Put soda on ground. Use soda on bugs. Use soda on ground. Use soda on floor. Use soda on bones. Okay. I think it said the word pour doesn't work. Pour soda on bones. Maybe I gotta open it first. Open soda. Couldn't pick that open. Yeah, you couldn't open anything, could you, Trilby? Drink soda. I took a swig of the beverage. I could almost feel the caffeine starting to heat up my brain. Yeah, it didn't matter much. Spit on bugs. Wait, does this actually increase my movement speed? I don't know if I can tell. I feel like I'm on the right track here, but I don't know what wording it wants me to use is the issue. There's probably... Maybe I need a different item. Hang on. No, I still haven't checked. I'm gonna check the regular version. Waited for the anxiety to lift, but wait, what? To my unending concern, I realized that the decay of the alternate hotel has spread either to me or the pills, and they no longer worked. I had to find a way to restore their effect, or at least another method of calming myself. Oh, fantastic. So, Light World's out of the question now, apparently. Look at window. The sole window looked out to an orange-tinted black yard of state of advanced disrepair. Okay. No, I don't think I actually got a speed boost. I think that was just flavor text. Maybe there's a meat in the oven, yeah. Open oven. The oven, the sole remnant of the kitchen's former usage, was stained from the inside with desperate handprints. Oh, that's a good sign. Let me look over here for a moment, then. Open door. Maybe I can pick this up now and take it. Take meat. I tore off a lump of meat to take with me. If I came up against anything hostile and carnivorous in this place, it would help to have something to offer other than myself. Okay, didn't I try to do that before? I don't think it let me because I couldn't obviously take the meat with me into the light world. But now that I'm sealed in, maybe this is why. I feel like the soda would have worked because they were bugs. But this, I guess it's Scary Land, so why not? Ugh. I guess they'll have to take a lump of human flesh. Open door. Use meat on bugs. Yeah, there we go. Alright, they'll just be feasting on that for a while. Look at hand. At least 2 individuals had met with sticky ends down here. One of them had been almost completely picked clean by the beetles. The other I'd noticed was heavily decayed except for its hand, which was fresh and pink. I wondered if this had something to do with the puddle of water it was lying in. Okay. Take hand. Doubt I could take that with me. What do I have on me? Speedy Cola. See, that guy's legs didn't make it out of the hole there. Look at skeleton. These 2 individuals poked between the beetles. The other was heavily discovered. I'm not gonna like this next part. Oh, is it some fancy word I gotta type in? Hang on. Drink all the soda. Empty the bottle and fill it with water. I took a swig, it didn't work. I think it did make me a little bit faster, actually. Wait a second. Use pills... water? Probably should be more specific. Maybe the water would make the pills better? Use pill bottle on water? Look at water. In the far corner of the room was a puddle of water created by drips from above. It had a curious color to it, and the drops seemed to glow with their own illumination. The liquid was having a strange effect on the nearby corpse. Drink water? It was almost as if the water was drawing me into it, not like a scrabbling thing in my mind like the chisel or the painting, but more like a beckoning siren. I couldn't help myself. I crouched down and dipped my hand in. It felt uncommonly refreshing and brought an amount up to my lips, and my unhygienic surroundings forgotten. As a pleasant feeling of simultaneous coolness and warmth spread from my stomach, I realized that the water had some sort of rejuvenating effect. I had no explanation for this, but at the time I didn't care. I was beginning to feel at the back of my mind the familiar tickling sensation that indicated a reality shift, so I swiftly scooped a few drops of the liquid into my pill bottle, shaking it through the remaining pills. Wow. That worked. Corpse water. Can't believe that worked. The hotel cellar was lit up by a single spotlight and seemed almost completely bare, but for some dusty cardboard crates and a wine rack. Look at wall. Is that like one thing there? Take wine. Not wind. Saw no reason to take it. Okay then. Look at wall. Look at box. Small selection of storage boxes, no doubt fully useless trinkets were the only furniture. I could definitely see that being one of those puzzles where you're absolutely stuck on forever. The only clue was that the, like, the fact that the hand was alive there is the fact, I guess the water makes you immune to the nonsense. It's weird. Here I was wasting a few minutes trying to pour soda on the bugs. Open door. Emergency door refused to budge. That's not very safe. Guessing I go back and wait for a scene to happen. Open fridge. Saw no interest in the hotel's food. Open door. What's his face ain't there anymore. Oh, Terry, it's you. Have you seen Siobhan? I was about to ask you that. What did you do to the girl? Hope you don't intend to seduce her away from my service. Abed, I need you to understand. You and I and Siobhan are all in critical danger. There is something evil in this hotel, and it's closing in fast. Yeah, I'm sure he'll listen. Mr. Railby, I have been over this hotel several times. Apart from us, there is absolutely nothing here. Please keep your fairy stories in the playroom where they belong. Okay, then. Ask Abed about girl. When did you last see Siobhan? After you left the dining hall, she popped in for a second to tell me she was meeting with you. So perhaps I should be the one asking you when she was last seen. Last I saw her was in her room. I turned my back for a second and she was gone. She's a willful girl, all right. No doubt she's gone on another one of her forest explorations. Maybe, I guess, check outside then. Open door. Oh boy. Receptionist is just completely gone too. Right at the start of the game. Alright, let's have a look. We're back. Take pill. Another pill. Open door. Is there a reason to ask him about the bar? I don't recall that being a thing. Is there anything else in here too? Oh, come on, you were definitely close enough. What? Literally, come on. Open door. Okay. Rather small hotel. The pills did say they might cause hallucinations. Open door. Apparently the pills are infinite, luckily. Ask Abed about bar. There was hardly a relevant discussion. Ask Abed about unicorn? Do you know anything about an inn called the Unicorn? Ah, you noticed my shingle. I picked it up as a curiosity at the antique fair a couple years ago. Oh, is that what that's supposed to be? Dates all the way back to the Elizabethan period, from what I understand. I just can't find a buyer for the damn thing. Don't you suppose you have any clients who might go for it? Possibly. Do I have your permission to examine it? Of course. I may have to touch it to assess the texture. By all means, do so. As long as you're not going to test its strength over your knee or anything. Okay. Touch the shingle. The shingle's design was a simple one of a unicorn's head and half profile, painted with average ability on a dark oak backing. As I pressed my fingertips to it, however, the design seemed to extrude from its backing like a hologram and seemed to draw closer until my vision was filled with wood grain and mediocre brushstrokes. I could vaguely detect the professor speaking to me on the very edge of the hearing, but by the time I realized I was already gone. Somewhere in Wales, July 28th, 1581. It's always July 28th, yeah. Owen Somerset, a traveling merchant who was on his way back to his wife and family in London, was having concluded some business dealings in that place. Caught suddenly by a summer storm, he spied an inn by the side of the road and marveled at his good fortune. Faith, 'tis an evil storm that blights the sky tonight. Aye, I must have the Almighty on my side to find myself so close to an inn as it broke out. Aye, perhaps. The innkeeper seemed quite taciturn, but Owen was in good mood and determined for it to not leave him. It's probably too late to continue riding, even if the storm cleared. Owen decided to inquire after a room for the night. Ask about room. It would have been more polite to move closer to the innkeeper to talk to him. Owen didn't think that relevant. Did I mistype it or something? Ask about a room. Okay. Taciturn is how you say it? Okay. Ask innkeeper about room. Ask innkeeper about room. Oh, why do I keep misspelling everything? Okay, hang on. Is innkeeper one word or two? Keeper about room. Oh my god, I almost just mistyped it there. Ask innkeeper about room. Good evening, sir. Would it be possible to secure a bed for the night? Be a wiser man than I. Go from this place and never return. What? There is a curse upon this inn. I will not have an innocent doomed to the same fate as I. Ask innkeeper. What the hell? I didn't understand the word what. Ask innkeeper about curse? I have plenty of gold to pay for my board. The devil cannot be bought off, my friend. What devil? What is the nature of this curse? This inn was built by my father 20 years ago. From the wood of a fallen oak, he stumbled on an island north of here. He noticed human bones scattered around, but did not heed them. This inn has been a curse on our bloodline ever since. Madness and death claims those who stay here. This time last year it claimed my father. Soon I'm certain it shall claim me. July 28th. Ask innkeeper about death. So why do you remain? I do not believe in fleeing from the mistakes of the past. Thanks to my headphones. If the Almighty wills that my family must pay for our errors, this I accept. But I would not see another suffer for our sins. Leave now before the shadows take you. Could have just taken the sign down that it's not an inn anymore and just say it's a house. Ask innkeeper about storm. Think you that the storm shall continue through the night? Perhaps, perhaps not. It shall be as it shall be. Ask innkeeper about room again. Sir, I have little patience for fables. And even less for riding after sundown in the middle of a downpour. Lend me a room, and I shall take the responsibility for my own well-being. You will insist? Not only will I insist, but I will pay whatever price you ask. Go then, take the upstairs room. And if you remain by the morning, you shall pay nothing at all. Alright then. Oopsie. Open door. Oops, I'm still on the thing. Look. The guest room of the Unicorn was a little bare, but quite functional. 2 beds and a dresser were the only furniture, and a set of stairs was the only exit. Go to sleep. Owen lay himself down, intending only to test the bed's softness, but in his exhaustion, he quickly succumbed to sleep. In the early hours of the morning, something jolted Owen from his slumber. A piercing sound. No. A piercing smell. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Look. The Unicorn was small but secure, constructed from a combination of stone and English oak. The only furniture in the reception room was a bar and bench for seating. Someone had lit a fire by the door, filling the inn with a burning smell. How could I, Trilby, possibly have known what Owen was carrying that day? I tried to press the inventory button. Look at fire. A blaze had been set before the front door. By whom? The innkeeper? Open door. Look at window. The rain continued to pour outside. Owen found the contrast quite warming. Go to sleep. Under the circumstances, returning to sleep would be impossible. Okay, but like, I don't know what to do. Hang on, did the bed have something on it? Open door. No, I'm pretty sure that's just the sheets, but this doesn't seem like a good idea, but take sheets. Owen took the sheet with him, presumably for comfort. Sheets are good for fires. Okay. Use sheet on fire. What in God's name? Oh God. It's him! The innkeeper! What kind of... Who could have? Ow. That, kids, is what we call a stealth kill. Once again, I returned disoriented from my vision. I was closing in on the source of the madness. The innkeeper had said the wood came from a tree on an island. Could that have been Clanbrownwen Island? Given what I was seeing, it seemed a valid, if worrying, possibility. Besides that, it seemed I had no other leads, so what would I do? I was determined not to let the trail end here. If there were just one single clue. So all the pieces of the history of this place have all circled back to its original spot where the wood came from. And that's why things are turn into madness. Look at paper. Trilby. I know you're following the trail. Go to the roof if you wish to proceed. Victim 2, the innkeeper. So he's writing these? The second man who desired judgment was the innkeeper, who had bought the wood of the tree and built it his house. The prince came to him and his guest, and he struck the innkeeper down, and the innkeeper knew the name of the king. And the prince turned to the innkeeper's guest and said, You I shall not let live, for once before have I made this warning, and still my soul aches with what is done to the wood that is my soul, and I will spare no man who injures me in this way. The innkeeper's guest knew the name of the king. So is Lankman gonna be the bad guy? The monster? Open door. Should probably make a save. Calling it now. I guess we're gonna find out. Save. To the roof we go. Hang on. Was there always something here? Look at desk. Reception desk with cheap pine, door with papers and materials, porcelain leg lay upon the desktop. Take leg. Well, I know what to do with that. I should stretch. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to stand up and stretch like a good bear. We're almost... I think we're almost to the end of the game. It's about the same length as the other ones. Ooh, there we go. Hang on. Let me just get in position. Stretch while I'm going up the stairs. How wholesome. Good bear stretch, chat. Are you a good bear? Or are you a bear with a broken spine? Like I said, my legs feel like jelly, and my butt hurts. Oh, that walking. And we're going for more later in the week. I did 2 days in a row at the trail. Oof. Being healthy is good when you can do it, chat. This was... It just didn't open before, that's right. Open door. Door is either stuck or locked. So I have to complete the puzzle in the other world then, don't I? So I'm gonna... My guess is that I'm gonna have to start searching for these magical mannequin parts that have just magically appeared everywhere. Alright then. I think I'll check my room first, because there hasn't been a purpose for that this whole time. Open door. I knew it, yeah. Take arm. Okay, so I need one more arm, one more leg, and a head. Open door. Let me check the fire escape area. Open door. Okay, I don't see anything else here. Hang on. Climb ladder. So I'm gonna have to just backtrack to every room I've previously explored and find stuff. Yeah, here it is. Bring her back. So the question now is there gonna be some in the dark world as well? I should probably check the rooms over here then. So far, I've only seen them in the light world. Open door. It was only... Open door. Yeah, none of these open at this point, I would say. Only my one, because it has a realistic... Okay. Or a counterpart in the real world. I should finish checking everything in the light world first, I feel. So, note to self, I have checked the top floor in dark world, but we're continuing to check out light world first. Let's go. We can do this, chat. We can do this. getting stuck on things and it's weird. Open door. Okay, nothing in her room. Open door. Open door. Nothing in his room either. Open door. Okay. Was there any... I don't think there was any rooms I could check on the floor 1, right? I don't think so. There's probably going to be another piece in the basement if I go back there. I'm willing to bet that safe probably opened in the Dark World, too. Oh, I see a leg. Take leg. Okay, 2 more parts. Only a head and 1 more arm. So far, they've only been in Light World. So, let's check outside, because I got the feeling there's going to be one out there, because I haven't used that map for anything. Take pill. Okay. Open door. Yeah, there it is. No, stop it. Hold still. Take arm. Probably nothing out here now, but I should check just because. Perfect. Just need to find the head. I don't think the real head on the spike in the Dark World is what I'm looking for. I need a mannequin head. Oops, wrong thing. Open door. Okay, not bad. Did I check this? Open door. He's here now. Ask Abed about girl. Has Siobhan turned up yet? I don't care about her anymore. She can make her own choices. If she wants to run away with some old smooth talker in a cheap suit, that's up to her. She sounds bitter. This head will be my new assistant. It'll be a much better one. Oh, he's got it. He's holding the head. That's just an out of order sign on the arcade. Ask him about head. May I borrow that head, Professor? Oh, I see. You took one companion of mine, and now you want another. It's just a head. What could you possibly need it for? You don't understand. No one understands me. Go get me a drink, then we'll talk. Okay, fine. I think he wants something wine from the cellar, but what if I give him the cola? Give a bed soda. Wasn't sure how to. Well, at least I know where to go. It was all Light World stuff. Let's make another save. Boop. I just gotta go back to the basement. I remember there was clearly one thing on the shelf back there. There's like a green bottle sticking out. Open door, but I wasn't allowed to take it with me. Take pill. Open door. Okay, take wine. Tuck the wine. Perhaps this would appease the drunken professor upstairs. Okay, we almost got it. Open door. What? Why am I in... Okay. Well, that was a jarring... That was a jarring one to get. vision of the future right there. It's the room from 7 Days a Skeptic. Open door. Oh, yes, you are. Get in there. Open door. Professor? Oh, where's he gone now? Oh, boy. That cracking of my hands was a little audible, wasn't it? So, yeah, I guess, apparently, at the time, Yahtzee was taking inspiration from Eternal Darkness, which has a lot of, like, cool little effects. I know that game hasn't exactly aged well with its mechanics, but it does some things to kind of mess with the player, which seemed really cool. In fact, I believe there's, like, one point in the game where you can, when you go to save, and the message will say, now deleting all save data, just to screw with you. I heard Dylan streamed it, but he said it was a very frustrating game to play nowadays. So where could he be? Great. Maybe he went back to his room, but I'm gonna look outside first, just in case, since I'm here. He's probably in his room. Okay. Okay. Take pill. So apparently when I take the pills, there's a chance of that hallucination stuff of happening. Which is pretty trippy, and it's catching me off guard. I definitely like it. It's cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to go into his room. That's like the most logical thing I can think of. A little annoying to have to keep checking every damn room, though. Room 2. Trying to send Trilby on a little walk. I'm not gonna knock first. Open door. Damn it, he's not here. What about her room? Damn it. Oh, he could be anywhere. He could be anywhere. Maybe he's in my room, for all I know. Maybe he's waiting for me at the top or something, I don't know. No, I don't see him up there. Don't think he'd be in the dark world. Door. Okay, take pill. Another pill. Open door. Open door. No, he's not in my room. So he's probably... Hang on, I'll check the fire escape area, but I highly doubt he's there either. Okay, climb, ladder. The fun of adventure games is going back and forth everywhere, over and over and over. Okay. I need that head before I can go to the roof. Is it some shenanigans right now? My biggest fear is that he's in one of the, like, the unoccupied rooms and I've had no way to even open the whole time. Okay. Wait. I've already gone past that whole area, though. Didn't see him. Damn it. Okay. Door. Open door. Yeah, I don't know what you mean about going there. I've already passed all that entire area looking for him, so that can't be it. Open door. You can go back in the basement, I hope. Open door. Open door. Nothing. Open door. Oh, you can... Oh, I see. Okay, I have to find him in the dark world, don't I? Okay, then. Let's go to that. Oh, God, no. He shifted. Look at... maybe put his name and specify. His drunken misery had caused him to shift into the dark hotel. The jolly man of whom I had grown fond lay decapitated on the floor. With Siobhan's disappearance, I was now truly alone. The professor had known nothing of the horror. He was blameless and ignorant of any matter involving Defoe Manor or a cursed idol, but it seemed my dark captor cared little for these facts. Why haven't you killed me too, you skinny bastard? If you can do it so easily, so quickly, why won't you face me? In a display of a warped sense of humor, the porcelain head was sitting where a bed's old one had been. Take head. Had to move closer first. Take head. I pulled the head out of the stump, trying not to think about the wet cracking noise this caused. Okay. Now's the time to save. I feel like we're in endgame now. Now, I needed to be in the dark world anyway, so... Open door. Let's climb to the top. God, so gross looking. Let's get up there. I thought for a second it was gonna, like, since I had to go to the top, it was gonna, like, chase me from the bottom or something. Especially since that run was there the whole time. That would have been clever. And here we are, chat, and here we are. Save again, so I don't have to climb the stairs. Okay. Use doll parts. Use arm. Should probably be more specific. Put parts on body. Oh, come on. Put arm on body. Place the left arm, right arm. Alright, it did the whole thing. The body was intact. For reasons I couldn't explain, I sensed something had changed in the real world. What kind of ridiculous locking mechanism is this? Alright, then. Let's go back to the light world now. Take pill. Took another pill. Alright. Let's save again. I'm nervous. Let's climb up and take a look. Open door. What do we got here? Look. The view of the island was spectacular, but most of the roof seemed to be sectioned off by a metal fence. Just about the only feature within reach was a piece of paper held down by a stone. Look at paper. The note seemed like another of Lenkman's letters, but for some reason, I felt my gaze drawn to the stone. Look at stone. The note seemed like another of Lenkman's letters. For some reason, I found my gaze drawn. Okay. Take stone. July 28th, 1501. This must be the first incident now. A sturdy tree, this. Took us from dawn to dusk, but we finally have it down. I'm tired, Father. 'Twas indeed clever of us to investigate the island, boy. The kid must be the innkeeper. Never seen such a gigantic oak, nor do I expect to again. But its wood shall keep us in the business of carpentry for years to come. Father, look at those stones. Do you think there was once a house there? It matters not. Why must you always look everywhere but at what matters? This is your... Father? Is something troubling you, Father? Oh no, this is a different incident. I don't think it's the innkeepers. Run! Use the cursor keys. Scream? You saying the word scream. Help? Punch monster. Drawing attention to himself in that way would potentially have been suicidal. Throw stone? It would be suicide to attack the tall man empty-handed. Yeah, that's why I... Okay. Pick up stone. Attack with stone. Huh. Where am I? Must have shifted to the dark world during the vision. Trilby. Siobhan. Oh, thank God. I thought I was all alone. What happened to you? I don't know. After you knocked me out in my room, I woke up and everything was like this. The hotel's ruined. There's blood everywhere. I saw this horrible man. Tall, thin, long black coat. You know him? Enough to know you're lucky to be alive. He didn't notice me, so I ran up here to hide. How did you get past the doll? What doll? Trilby, what the hell is going on? I told you what would happen if you followed me into the shadows. This isn't your problem. Take these. What are these? Tranquilizer pills. Take one. When you calm down, the hotel will go back to normal. Won't you need them? I don't need to run away anymore. Trilby, wait. Where are you going? I know enough now. I know where the wood came from. Perhaps I can find a way to end this. So I was right. The cursed wood came from the Clanbrowen Island. But what good does that knowledge do me? Wait a second. I never got around to reading the letter I took from under that rock. Trilby, I'm very close to ending this. Meet me in the hotel basement. I must show you my discovery. Lenkman. The other page was another one of those religious papers. The Book of Victims. Number 1. The Woodcutter. The first of those against whom the prince sought vengeance was the woodcutter. He who had held the axe that first felled the tree. The prince came to him and his son, and he struck the woodcutter down, and the woodcutter knew the name of the king. And the prince turned to the woodcutter's son, and he said, You I shall let live, for you are young, and are of the innocent, and that you may go among your people and tell them of what I will wrought. And the woodcutter's son fled and told all of what he had seen, but the men of technology are arrogant, and his words were unheeded. Alright. the woodcutter's son is is probably the luckiest frickin' person in this whole series, which is saying a lot. Okay. Well, we certainly know the idol gets up to one more misdeed at least, though. See the previous game, where the wood idol just ends up on a spaceship in the future. There we go. Very weird how that one's a sequel. I don't even know where 6 Days is gonna happen. Jason X, yeah. I'm not really familiar with those movies. But I do know they did do one in space, and it's like a meme. Was that the inspiration for why 7 Days a Skeptic had that setting? Probably is. Open door. Alright, let's save again, chat. Save. Open door. I guess I have to take the... Wait, no, I don't have the pills anymore. But he said to go to the basement. Doubt it, I could have taken that with me. No. Open door. He said to go to the basement. Oh, the water down there. I didn't think of that. That might work. Drinking the water again might help. Drink water. I didn't need to anymore. Okay. That's not it. Look at hole. The hole seemed to lead to some kind of tunnel that gradually expanded into the underground cavern. That does not seem like a good idea to go down there. That does not seem like a good idea. You know what came out of there before. Alright. It's the tree stump. Look. I was in some kind of cavern dug out of the rock beneath the hotel. It seemed to be in a constant state of flux, flitting back and forth between the real world and its dark twin. I was certain the gigantic stump in the middle of the floor had something to do with this. What do I got? Wine, Speedy Cola. Wait, I actually wasn't sure if the cola was actually increasing my speed. Was that the whole point of it this whole time? Just to make me go fast? I should have been using it then. Look at stump. This was it. I was certain. The remains of the tree that Boyle and his father cut down. Its wood being later used to construct an inn, a harpsichord, a shipping crate, and an idol. God darn it, I should have been drinking the cola. I really didn't feel like it was actually making a difference. I thought it was my mind playing tricks on me. Wait, the wiki says the cola is a way to force you into the dark world? Oh, too much caffeine. Okay. Alright then. Touch. Oh. July 28th, 55 BC. Alright. This guy, a Celtic druid, or no, not Celtic, it's Celtic, right? Yeah, you say Celtic. A druid awaits the return of his friend and colleague, that guy, who brings news of the invasion of this from the Roman words. Having fallen out of favor with his fellows for a certain radical belief and activities, he lives in solitude in this remote forest clearing and prefers not to travel himself. You bring news? The foreigners have landed. They could not be deterred by our sorcery. All is lost. Oh? Certain, are you? They're making their way across the land, eliminating resistance. Even you out here will be brought down within days. I'm sorry. And the great druids bow so easily to this brash foreign power. Do not hang your head yet, my friend. Perhaps the activities for which I was ostracized could yet spell an answer. What are you talking about? You know of my dealings with the ethereal realm. I know what you claim. That there exists some otherworldly territory populated by demons and creatures of magic. And that you can somehow commune with these creatures. Come inside and I shall explain. What is this madness? In my dealings with the ethereal realm, I have learned of many powerful demons and elementals. But there is one spoken of only reluctantly, a beast possessing an awesome power. You plan to summon a demon? The most terrible of them all, who strikes fear into even the most unflappable creatures I've spoken with. A pain elemental indeed, the only pain elemental ruler of a desolate wasteland where none venture. An invulnerable, hugely potent beast that feeds on the agony of others. And today is his day, the day when the boundaries between the realms weaken and he glimpses our world. To bring him through at that point should be simple, July 28th. Even if you could conjure such a thing, how would you have it defend our land? I have much knowledge in the ways of magic. With the correct bindings, any demon can be forced to my will. I completed the preparation while I waited for your return. All that remains is the summoning. It pains me to see you build your hopes on such nonsense. Be silent and watch. You shall see your nonsense soon enough. In this hall of death, and by light of Belinus' gift, I summon you. I bring you gifts to mark your path. I feed you with pain. I call you with madness. I summon you with the greatest loss. And I bind you by your true name. Chozo, by the gods, I have reached out to you through the void. Is it Chozo or like Chizo? I command you by your true name. Show yourself. Please stop this. Show yourself. It's huge. It's larger than I anticipated. But he must obey the rules of magic. It is bound. I can command it. Uh-oh. Methinks he's not commanding it. It's far more powerful than I thought. Help me. Forgive me. No! I beg you. Don't let it take me alive. Chozo, of course, has no use for meat. It feeds on pain. It does not kill its prisoners. His agony was a particularly rare morsel, and Chozo ensured it would last. His soul was placed inside an oak sapling on the site of his old home to grant his body immortality. First one, Yahtzee said it in one of his reviews. Like, I'm saying it right with Chozo? I'm not sure. His soul placed inside the oak sapling on the site of his home to grant his body immortality. For 5 centuries as the tree grew, he knew torment beyond even his most depraved imaginings. By then, his body was warped and his mind long fallen into a soulless dementia. He was Chozo's utterly and completely his slave. Trilby! Shaban, you were supposed to leave. I couldn't, The professor, he's dead. I know. He was killed by the shadows. Just like they will kill you if you don't get away from here. What is this place? This cave is the center of the reality shift. This stump is what's causing all of it. How? It is the vessel for the soul of the tall man. The acolyte of Chozo, Lankman. Nice to see a friendly face. Amazing, isn't it? Of all the things Sir Roger could have used to murder his son, he chose that idol. Fixing my seat here. Placing the soul of John Defoe onto the wood alongside Cabadath, is that how you say it? Infusing the poor aha with magic, allowing him to come back infinitely more powerful than before. Certainly pretty lucky. Lucky? He had to wait 2,000 years for that opportunity. The opportunity to blend magic and science into a single entity. The opportunity to create the bridge. What are you talking about? The bridge between the realms, over which Chozo will cross into our universe and purify mankind. Yeah, you're a bad guy. Our order has waited 200 years for the prophecy to be fulfilled. You're not with the Ministry of Occultism. Yeah, I figured as much. Who are you? 200 years ago, the prophet Jack Freehorn founded the Order of the Blessed Agonies. Since then, we've grown, watched, and waited. It was only in recent years that the events foretold in the Book of Chozo began to occur. It mentioned John Defoe, and it mentioned you. Me? You were the one prophesied to guide the Bridgekeeper to his destiny. But you didn't finish the job. All three aspects of John Defoe had to be destroyed to create the bridge. Body, mind, and soul. You only destroyed his body. His soul and mind remained. Had I known about this, I wouldn't even have done that. That will truly disappoint my superiors. They were quite adamant that I should try to persuade you to join our cause and fulfill your foretold duty. Is that why you were helping me? They thought if I guided you through the visions and showed you the appropriate passages from our holy books, you'd understand the prophecy is real. You honestly believed I joined some insane cult just because you handed me some leaflets? Yeah, that's how they operate, mostly. Personally, no. A knife in my gut brought an explosion of ice-cold agony. I heard the pitter-patter of my blood on the rocky floor. The pain, the surprise, and my exhaustion went together to cause immediate unconsciousness. Uh-oh. I awoke to find myself splayed upon the stump, blood still slowly leaking from my wound. In my injured state, I could barely move. My limbs refused to respond. I was as weak as a newborn. Lankman? Oh, good, you're awake. I was afraid you'd miss this. What are you doing? After your staggering ineptitude in Defoe Manor, the Order needed to nudge things along. We need a connection to Chozo to help administrate his coming. And today might be the only opportunity we have all year to summon the Tall Man. You're going to bring that thing into our world. With a standard ritual of blessed agonies and an offering. After he takes your life, he will be grateful to us. And then he will guide us to our destiny. So why did you stab me? What if I'm already dead by the time he gets here? You won't be. Men like you, Trilby, die on their own terms. They don't weakly let their life slip away from one messy knife wound. Measly knife. He's coming. Hang on. Can I save? Alright, let me put 3. Talk to guy. Talk to man. I forgot how to spell his name, so I'm just... Was it 2 N's? I don't remember how his... Hang on. Look. From my position, I can only see a small portion of the wavering cavern. can see the idol of John Defoe on the stump beside me, and the bloody waistcoat lying discarded in the corner. With my other senses, I could detect the presence of Siobhan and the redoubtable Lankman. Yeah, there's 2 N's in there. Kick, idol. My attempt to move only made things worse. I felt a stab of pain and something snapped behind my eyes, filling my vision with spots. Uh-oh. Look at book. I stared blankly. I call thee from the east. What if I'm dead before he gets here? Not yet, but I was pretty close. Okay. Give up. That didn't make sense to me. No, it doesn't. Look at girl. Cannot see Siobhan. Could hear her trying to moan through a gag. Kick. Lankman. I was losing blood steadily. My arms and legs were limp and unresponsive. I couldn't move. Bite. Lankman. Understand the word bite. I call thee from the south. Lockpicks, wine. The pain was now replaced with an ice-cold numbness that was spreading fast. The room was swimming before my eyes. Damn it. I can't talk to her. Not consider that a relevant conversation. Drink soda. I took a swig of the beverage. I can almost feel the caffeine starting to heat up my brain. Oh, it worked. I call thee from the west. Talk about idol. You had the idol of John Defoe all along. I did. I placed it here to reunite the wood with the tree from when it came. We'll appreciate the sentiment. Why is John Defoe the bridge? What makes him so special? He was born in the scientific realm and killed with magical wood. The magic brought him back as a wraith. As such, he is an entity of both realms, of both magic and science. 1 foot on each side of the border, he is the bridge, just as the prophecy said. Okay. Talk about Lankman. Talk about book. What does the prophecy say about me? The Book of Chozo prophesied the creation of John Defoe, the Wraith. It states that when his body, mind, and soul are destroyed in conjunction, the bridge between the realms will be created. It also states that you were supposed to guide this process. Wait, what if I touch the idol? But we can expect 1 or 2 inaccuracies in a prophecy written so long ago. Touch idol. Couldn't do that just then. Reach for idol. Ugh. It was becoming harder and harder to breathe. Air rattled in and out of my lungs like a buzzsaw. Reality flits from realm to realm, tormented, confused. End this madness that we might bring thee to us. Cry. I understand the word cry. I think I tried kicking the idol before. Kick, idol. No. Hit, idol. End it. Darn it. Use idol, maybe? Use idol on self. Take idol. No. Bleed on idol. present thee with blessed agonies. Body, mind, and soul. My vision was clouding up around the edges. It seemed like my stubborn will was the only thing keeping me alive. Wait, does this mean I actually do this now? I died. I present thee with the guide, failed his duty for thee to judge. What? That actually worked? Didn't I do that earlier as a joke as well? Come. Come! Come. What? He's dead? No, that's not possible. Master? Master, please, no! Ah! He got crunched. Trilby? Go back, Trilby. You cannot rest yet. There's still work to be done. I'm alive. Trilby! Say something. What? You're alive! Oh god, I don't even know if I was doing it properly. I did it, you're alive! Where's Lankman? That tall man took him. He did something horrible to him. Then he took him away. Where's my waistcoat? Don't talk, I've already called for an ambulance. Let's get you back upstairs. Wait. See that wooden idol? Yes? Bring it with us. Wrap it tightly in clothes and bring it with us. Yeah, probably should... Don't let it touch your bare skin. Okay. And now it sits across from me. The reality shift had cleared up, and we were free to leave. An STP cleanup crew arrived with the ambulance. No trace of a bed or the hotel staff was found. Officially, they've been classified as unexplained disappearances. Lankman and the tall man seem to have also vanished, which does not surprise me in the least. Siobhan signed the Official Secrets Act, and last I heard is staying with her parents to recuperate. Which just leaves me to write up my notes, with the idol that haunts my dreams gazing at me from across my desk. Maybe you should put that in, like, a vault or something? That's just me. Every instinct in my being wants to burn it to the ashes and grind them into the dirt, but I do not. Lankman spoke of a prophecy that the destruction of John Defoe's soul would somehow help him, and his order summoned their dark god. So if I destroy the idol, they win, but what else can I do? I certainly can't keep it. I know from experience that it leaks malevolent influence like a broken pipe leaks water. The only other option is to hide it, but where can I hide such a thing and ensure it is never found again by human hands? Where indeed? I shall have to think about this. Trilby. July 29th, 1997. We're gonna send it to space. And the fulfillment of the prophecy continues. The ritual for the summoning, Chozo will go ahead. No one's correcting me, so I keep saying that. Events have been set in motion that cannot be stopped. We have the blood of the guide. Now we must wait. Wait and prepare. Oh, he's got his waistcoat. That's what he means. He's using Lankman as a puppet to talk. It is I at this time there came a man from the land of technology and thought his wisdom was great and his power advanced. He had the willfulness of his fellows, and so he was the arrogant man. And on the 8th and 20th day, the 7th month of the year, an arrogant man and king gazed upon the land of technology and saw the arrogant man who spoke thus. O king, I beseech you, for this land has become corrupt without your benevolent hand. I can't talk right now. And darkness seeks to envelop us all. I demand of you to cross the border between our lands and make the things right, for my power is great, and I have it in my power to control one even as great as you. And the king was rightly amused, for while the arrogant man's power was indeed great, the king's power was greater still, and the king said, I will not submit myself, for firstly my power is greater than yours, and not yours to command. Secondly, while my capabilities are many, it's impossible for me to enter the land of technology, for the border is a dark and treacherous ocean I cannot will away. But I will do this for you, O arrogant man. For all the bigness of your head, you are still small enough to be spared. Riders of the dark ocean, I shall rescue you from the darkness in the land of technology, and you shall live in my household, and here you will learn humility. And as the king said it, so was it. And the arrogant man crossed the ocean to the house of the king, where he was brought before his majesty, who said, Now you must repay me for the slight your arrogance caused me. For despite your insult, I love you as I love every man and beast, and you must learn to take this love into your heart. And the king took the body and mind of the arrogant man and separated them from his soul. And this he placed in a great tree in the land of technology. And with this action he announced, Now you are the tree, and the tree is you, and the wood is your soul. With this gift of separation your body shall not wither or die throughout your lessons. But should any man interfere with the tree that is your soul on the day that is mine, I shall lend you the power to confront them, and strike them down fitting vengeance. And then he touched the arrogant man and filled his heart with warming love, and the arrogant man became the prince, and he knew the name of the king. And the prince in the court of the king bowed down, and wept and sang with great praise the name of the king, for great and generous was his wisdom. Books of Chozo, Book of the Prince, Chapter 2. That's Trilby right there. Trilby's notes. That art's a little jarring to look at after the whole game. Yeah, we did it, chat. We did it. This was the third game in the series. There's still one more. The fourth game is called 6 Days of Sacrifice, which is still really weird, because the first two are 5 days and 7 days, and then not days. It was, Oh, he's looking at the head. He's looking at the head. That one was fun. I like that. I think I kind of like the text gameplay more. This one didn't have as much issues with wandering back and forth trying to figure out what to do. I mean, it's still there, because, you know, these games will have that no matter what. They said he's young the whole game, then they make him look middle-aged. Who? Are you talking about Trilby? Yay. Everyone who demanded another Trilby game. Okay. I guess some people didn't like the end to 7 days then, huh? Trilby got stabbed to the point of dying. There he is. Yay. Trilby had a bad day. What do you mean, am I Trilby? The guy wearing a Trilby. That's ridiculous. Trilby isn't real. He takes off his hat and just hides it behind his back. I like that one. That was fun. Still, I also did like 7 days a lot as well. It is definitely... I think it was really jarring just for, like, to completely change the setting, but it was the second game, so... You know, obviously at the time, I don't think he knew he was going to do more with Trilby. I think the mechanics of this one were kind of cool. Like, they gave you an isolated location, but they made it so that there's, like, a Dark World version of it. I like that idea a lot, and I like the sanity effects, too. They were pretty cool. And let me just turn this down a bit here. Click out. So I have no idea what they're doing with the next game. I'm hopefully going to do that in the coming week. I ended up being a bit of time between this and the last game because the Eve remake came out and I wanted to play that last week. This was a fun little thing to break in the new microphone. A lot of reading I did today. My throat's pretty dry. There we go. I'm pretty sure you got all the sanity effects as well. Alright, that's good. That's good. Anyhow, this is where we're going to end the recording for Trilby's notes. I almost just knocked my drink over. That would have been very bad. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm looking forward to doing more comfy little playthroughs like this throughout the whole summer. So hopefully we can get some more done. Hope the new microphone sounds good. Have a good night. Bye-bye.